Well, hello there.
I thought it was me. Shit.
Huh?
Apparently Fox's tickles.
Oh. Thank
Hi!
you, OBS. 69 episodes in, and we still can't get the right cameras.
Never.
Little
that
did
mean
I
someone can bend
tell
over?
you, Kamiroska has a opposites day rule for all newcomers.
Awesome. Awesome.
But I'm not a newcomer.
New-ish.
Non-resident.
You've seen it once, you've seen it all.
I mean, this is true. It is Kamiroska.
Common Rosca.
Whoa, calm your shit. I mean,
I mean, it's like going to Harry Potter World. You've seen it once, you've seen it all the time, but you still
I
go
can
back.
never get enough of that world.
But the magic is still there.
No, but
dude.
No. See, I go back because of the candy shop and because of the butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
Have you heard the shitstorm Disney's in over the Galaxy's Edge being like a dumpster fire?
Oh no.
Oh my god. Like I think Eisner's finally gone. Because all this nonsense with how fucked Galaxy's Edge is his fault.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to Disney news.
Oh, dude, I watch all that fucking that shit.
I don't have any time in the day to do anything like that. I'm either working or I'm streaming.
It's my white noise when I'm at work because I sit at a screen like watching like validation tests run. So it's like I set up a test, I launch a script, and then I just put YouTube in the background.
I remember those days.
Good days.
Copious amounts of caffeine is the only reason why I didn't fall asleep.
Not my fault that I had enough of cocaine. I mean, beautiful sugar. Beautiful sugar, everyone. Lots of sugar.
I mean, there's nothing like running a script and then not being able to do anything else on the computer, or it's gonna mess it up.
I can do other stuff. It's just, it's like I run. There's like I have, there's like setting up the test takes a fucking long time, so it's just a pain in the ass.
I mean, that's why I was happy they let us bring in like our 3DSs or whatever. I'd run a script and I would just open the 3DS and do that while the script was running in the background, because if we tried to do anything else, there was a chance it was gonna, botch up the script. Can't really have that. But are you guys ready for tonight?
My brain says yes, but my heart says no.
The question is, are you ready for us?
I mean, I think I am. I've been like furiously jotting down notes on Kamiroska since episode 40, when like you guys first talked about maybe going there.
Nope, this is fine. Let me dust off my spell book. Let's go.
So yeah, episode 69, and like I said, I was going to title it nice. It doesn't matter that this is like the culmination of 20 episodes of you guys finally getting to the place to kick off the next part of the arc. Dragon slaying and ship destroying aside, you finally made it, for better or for worse.
And now we get to break all the things.
It'll be a while.
Is that just me?
Yeah, it'll be a while.
Did somebody say chaos?
No, but now that you mention it.
I mean, one of your magical wish granting devices has been destroyed, so we don't have to worry about that.
It hasn't been destroyed. It was just like, you know what?
It was
relocated.
It was cloud carded.
It was like enough of you mofos.
It was just dislocated. Whatever.
And now since it's been cloud carded, it's up to an 8-year-old magical girl to go find them all.
We lost our 8-year-old magical girl. She got replaced with like an 18-year-old. Damn.
Yeah,
I can go magical girl. Does that count? I'm just not 8.
I actually have a surprise for chat.
I mean, 8 out of 10's not bad.
I don't like surprises, man. Unless it involves me and causing chaos, then leave me out of it.
Oh no, I have a surprise for everyone when it happens. But so if you guys saw the little intro screen, we I kind of put over the new little 8-bit work that Zabby Gets made for us last week. You can see my little DM figure next to my name because I was feeling, you know, out of it since everyone's got, you know, their awesome artwork, and there isn't really one that you can do for the DM. So I have my
This
little
one
8-bit me.
specifically is you. It's so
But
great.
they were awesome, and they were able to, they made that little made that awesome title screen that we have along with little 8-bit figures. And Zorro put the shirt on what is designed by humans, and I'm wearing it right now. So you can get this on the Designed by Humans store. Next
Or
thing,
mug.
yeah, next thing I'm doing is I'm getting the coffee mug.
Yeah, mugs, stickers, and shirt, and tank top.
Yes,
But
I
if
need a
you guys
tanky.
if you guys want to check out the rest of Zabi's work, there is the Twitter link. Also, again, thank you to Zabi for like the amazing 8-bit work. Also, this stream is now sponsored by Roll20. We are going into, I believe, our second week of full broadcasts with Roll20 being our awesome sponsor now.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Thanks to Roll20. Without them, we wouldn't have an online platform to play D&D.
Did
That's
you
true.
tag them?
No,
in
I
the
did.
Tweet.
I'm a
and
horrible
I'm being
person.
a little bit of a sellout today with my
Yeah.
Roll20 shirt.
Yeah, I
You
saw
have
it.
something for
I
us,
had
Sam?
to.
Oh wait, hey,
Not until second break, I think.
Okay.
did you didn't even post a tweet for us, dude? You're like,
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's
not
there.
In our, not in our chat. I don't see it.
I even put it in the bot command.
And
This stream is brought to you by this asshole's video cam. Oh, we're done.
So, last week, everyone finally made it to Kamirasca.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
After fighting what appeared to be a Balor demon, then revealed to be just a twisted looking creature wrapped around some gem that Rose identified as a dreamstone.
Yep. Don't touch
After-
it. Tickles.
After multiple attempts and convincing, the group was able to stop Tickles from touching it. Thank God.
You mean Rose shot her fucking hand into
Hey.
the ground?
Pinning
It was
shot.
pretty.
Pinning
And
shot
I
has
mean,
its reason.
Molly
uses outside
boot
of combat.
scooted it into the cookie bag, so it's fine.
Until you open it up and you have to fight a cookie monster. I mean, what?
Nah.
You think I'm joking about the cookie Goliath?
I know you're not.
This
And
is the DM that made us fight a tea set. Of course, we're gonna have to fight a cookie
I
monster.
forgot about the sentient tea set.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that
I
too.
didn't forget about the Ascension T-shirt. That was horrible. That thing kicked our ass.
I was
a
stuck in the
Goliath.
tea set.
A tea Goliath. I forgot about that.
That thing.
It was
kicked
You know,
horrible.
our
in the end, if I
ass.
think about it, it's fine. If I have to fight like a cookie Goliath, Molly will just eat him. It's fine.
And
Once-
somebody else can be yelled at for eating the monsters.
She learned it by watching you. After a couple fights in the smuggler's pathway, coming across some angler worms, you made it to the end of the tunnel and into the secret entrance of a tavern slash restaurant owned by a half-orc warlock only known as Blacktooth. Blacktooth has situated all of you in the royalty suite of his tavern to use as your home base as you are here in Kamirasca. After giving you a very strange rundown of some of the more extreme rules and punishments that Kamirasca has set for its citizens and its visitors, you were given access to your new quarters along with a Ring Goliath butler. Not Ring Goliath butler, but a Ring Construct butler.
Like, why is everything Goliaths today?
As everybody settled in for the night, Ash began to hallucinate again,
Oh, right.
and she noticed her would-be twin boys standing at the foot of the tub that she was in, and then began to ask her, "Why did you abandon us?" Which caused Ash to begin to break down to the point of screaming for her children, which alerted everyone, but the only two who came in as a response were Rose and Molly.
I ignored.
Once Rose got into Ash's room, she was reaching out, crying out for her children, as all over the walls were written, "Why did you abandon us?" And then for one last glimpse, she saw her children walk into the walls, and the words changed to, "You abandoned us," leaving Ash collapsed and crying in Rose's arms. Molly standing at the door, taking in this confusing and almost haunting scene, while Tickles and Zale did their own thing in their rooms. Now, as we pick up, it is the next day.
Oh, we don't get any RP for the stuff that happened tonight. Oh, dude, I've been like planning shit. What I'm gonna say, I was gonna slap the fuck out of Ash to knock her out of that stupid mesmer shit.
Rude.
Rose and Ash are in the same room. Rose has, during the night, has refused to leave Ash's side just in case another one of these episodes break out.
I was just scream crying for a good chunk of the night.
Yeah. Finally, exhaustion took you, and you were able to get somewhat of a sleep. Around noon, everyone begins to stir. A little more, some of you a little more relaxed than others. Ash, you still feel a little mentally exhausted, but not physically, as it seems that your ring construct butler has let everyone sleep in. Once you begin to stir in the quote-unquote morning/afternoon, the smell of grilled meat begins to fill your room. As you stir and walk out, you see that Blacktooth is there with Jazzy as they are setting plates and loading them up with different types of meats and vegetables. There are a couple casks along the back wall of various sorts of ale and wine. And Blacktooth greets all of you as you walk out, tells you to pull up a seat because he's got some things that he wants to talk to you about.
Ash doesn't leave her room.
Okay.
If Ash doesn't leave, Rose doesn't leave. It's not leaving her alone.
All right. So
she wouldn't leave her alone. It's like if she
when it got to a certain point where we noticed that everyone was starting to go out for brunch that time of day, Ash would have asked Rose politely to please leave her alone for a bit.
Don't be smothering, Rose.
She's gonna begrudgingly leave. But I am gonna leave when I close the door. I am going to tap Kieran and post him like outside of her door.
all right, so Kieran pops up out of your arm, jumps down off of you and climbs up the dorm frame and just sits on the door handle itself, guarding it.
Yeah, if like anything crazy happens, you let me know immediately.
And he just gives a mock salute.
All right. Good job. I'll bring you back some meat.
And when everybody gets like comes out of their rooms, they notice something is off. Molly looks different. Almost as if she's gone through another transformation. No, yeah, Molly just posted it in chats, but I'm gonna bring up this image on Discord or on the screen itself, so everyone can see new Molly here.
Nice.
And I'll actually be updating the panels too, so her artwork's in there.
So no longer do you see, you know, the kind of clumsy looking half Goliath still trying to get used to her new body, but now you see what she seems to have like fully developed into her adult form. Her skin now resembling just cut stone. On the ends of her hands and on her feet is what looks to be solid gold, along with numerous golden like tattoos across her body and face. Her earlobes holding 2 sapphires in them. Her nails as well look to have the same tint as her lobes, as if the nails themselves are made of precious gems. Her eyes are now this vibrant, bright blue, along with her hair.
You mean highlights in her hair?
I mean, they're still blue.
Yeah.
Well, when you say like, you know, in her hair, it makes it sound like all of her hair is blue.
I mean, people can see the picture. They know what he meant.
No, I don't want to delete the DM. Do not delete the DM.
Delete the DM. Do it.
Hey, Molly, you just come out like it's just another day. Not
She
really.
doesn't know.
Yeah, not really noticing anything. You had a very pleasant sleep. And it's probably the best sleep that you had in ages. You slept like a rock, literally.
And she just plops into the chair and just like lazily reaches for a plate, and all you hear is, "Good morning."
Rose like totally invades Molly's personal space. Like she's all like, you know, tracing her fingers along the tattoos. She's like, someone's been busy last night. What did you get up to?
I didn't do anything. I slept. Stop touching. Stop. The tickle. Stop.
Well, since when did sleep do this?
Do what?
Sweetie, do you not see your arms? Did you go blind?
And she just like has this moment of, wait, where are my hands? What are these?
I don't
What
know.
are those?
I don't know, but they're very appealing. If this is how you're gonna choose to stay, I definitely prefer
I don't
this over the
think
former.
it was a choice. I need, you know what? No. I need a beer.
Well, there's beer back there. All kinds of beer.
Mm-hmm.
Though,
She just,
I think I know what happened to you. You
she
grew
just
up.
arches a what is that supposed to mean?
You finally came into your form. You know how children grow up, kind of, they go from those little bumbling sacks of meat to bumbling teenagers, and then they're adults.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're an adult now.
All the more reason why I need that beer. I'll be back.
No, help yourself.
She like
My
makes her way.
My rule is if you can see over the bar, you're old enough to drink.
Can Rose see over the bar?
Yeah, Rose can see over the bar.
Okay.
It's a very low bar.
I don't know. The bar is Rose not that tall.
I don't know if
Actually,
Tickles
it's-
can, but hey.
I was about to say that. I'm like, can Tickles see over the bar?
I mean, he makes exceptions. If you look old enough, he's just going to give you a beer. Like
Sounds good.
He has exceptions for like smaller types of people, like halflings, gnomes, and ratlings. You know, those two, even if they're 100 or some odd, they're still not going to see over a normal bar.
Well, yeah.
There's a stool next to the bar just in case.
A little spinny wheel to make it go up just a bit, just to give you that benefit of the doubt.
Now that you're all situated and adult-like, I need to discuss some things with you. Some other rules of the city that I did not disclose last night.
More rules.
Oh, the city has plenty rules. The ruling power enjoys their rules as it keeps everyone under their thumb. First off, your armor, gonna have to leave that. Number one, it's against the rules. Number two, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb and people are gonna be asking questions. Nobody here, aside from the Mage Knights, wear armor. If you're gonna want to fit in here, you're gonna have to peacock yourself up a bit. I'm talking bright, vibrant colors, weird color schemes, weird hairstyles, maybe. I mean, that one, as he points back to Molly, she's fine the way she is. Put some clothing on her and everything, she'll stand out. People will actually flock to her with the way she looks.
Isn't that not what we want?
Oh no, that is something you want. Is the more
I feel like it's not something that I want.
Oh, I have something special for you because just being a gnoll is going to raise suspicions as to why you're in Kamiraska. After the assassination, your kind isn't really welcome here. We're gonna have to change how you look.
Well, it wouldn't be the first
As
time.
he reaches into the inside of his vest and he pulls out a silver ring and puts it in front of Zale. Just put that on, you'll be fine.
Do tell me what it does first.
Oh, it's a minor glamour. Nothing too powerful, nothing permanent. As long as you wear it, it's active. You take it off, it's not.
Will it hide what I'm wearing as well?
No, it will change the way you look. But the armor and your weapons and everything, no, that doesn't change.
That's fine. I can leave the armor behind. I can't leave the axe behind.
Well, that is the next thing I wanted to bring up. You're allowed one weapon. Can't be a walking arsenal here. You can leave everything else in your rooms. Reggie will guard it. You don't have to worry. But everyone is limited to a single weapon. Steel Dragons, thank you for the raid, dude. Raiders, welcome on in.
Hi, Still.
Still, are you still like kicking ass and taking names in Warframe?
He still does.
Now, whatever weapon, they don't care. If you've got one on you, that's fine. It could be a giant cannon strapped to your back, but if that's the only weapon, you're okay.
Would they know if you have more than one weapon on you?
Oh, they would. If they even suspect it, they'll demand a inspection.
So let me get this straight. Look like a peacock, carry one weapon.
Yep.
All right, Sven. Make me a peacock.
Jeez.
Boss, are you talking literal peacock, or you just say make you look fancy?
Make me look fancy.
Gotcha. Dress or traveling leathers?
What do you think? And I talk to Big Boy.
Oh, whatever peacocks you the most.
Hmm.
The more cocked up you are, the better. Look, you mentioned dick jokes, so I'm going to start it off.
It is 69, episode 69. It is only natural
You
that we
said
talk
it,
about.
not me, sir.
And
You
let's be
said it,
honest,
not me.
that kind of does sound like something an orc would say anyway.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so Tickle's gonna think for a moment, and she's gonna be like, Sven, surprise me, make me a beautiful cock.
On it. And you see the admiral uniform once again slipped into the black symbiotic goo that Sven is, and then it morphs back into this very large, flowing, poofy, almost like Empress's gown, and like the back collar is just furled up and over Tickle's head in like an array of like a rainbow of peacock feathers. As she moves, the light catches the fabric that Sven has now turned into, and it changes with her movements.
Oh, I love you.
That cocked up enough for you?
I don't know. How do I look?
Like every other citizen of Kamiroska. You'll fit in fine.
Sounds good. All right.
I think I'll take my chances. I don't do that.
Well, you're gonna want to.
Mm,
Swallow your pride. I know.
It's not a matter of pride. I don't carry that.
Oh, I have a closet for you. Trust me, we don't just let our operatives go into the city looking like they normally do when they're back at the hideout. We have everything from exquisite writing wear to beautiful ball gowns, whatever you want. Mix and match and choose. It's up to you.
She's like not happy at all.
I mean, either do something or you can stay here.
She's thinking.
while she's thinking,
Okay.
Zale's going to take her two Viper swords and kind of set them on the table and pull out 3 daggers and set them on the table. She's going to keep her axe. And that's all the weapons that she has on her. And then she'll
Even
slip
your
on that
little
ring.
bitey bites?
Teeth don't
Like
count.
I can't exactly take my claws and my teeth off. Not that
Oh.
old yet.
I was about to say.
You can't defang and declaw Noel. Trust me, I've tried.
It's inhumane.
Doesn't end
Challenge
well for anyone.
accepted. I mean,
Where's the Duchess at?
She's resting.
I let y'all sleep till noon. How much rest does she need?
She had a moment last
Oh, I
night.
heard the screaming.
Okay, so she had several moments. Okay, look, just, you know, she'll be around.
I ain't her mom. I was just asking where she was at.
He had
Last-
sex. It was great.
You see a beer mug just fly across the room at Tickles.
I dodge it.
Give me a dex check.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's a saving throw.
You dodged nothing.
So, not being used to the form that Sven is in the moment, you go to dodge it, and you kind of get caught up in the gown as the mug slams into your face and you slip and you land face first into your food on the plate and you just fall onto the ground.
And she's just gonna lay there, just like a moment of silence, and just be like, "I'm okay."
Another thing. First off, you're probably gonna want to clean that up, but do not travel alone. Traveling alone raises suspicion. The group you're in now, stay like that. An entourage is always looked as a symbol of importance. You look important, nobody's gonna bother you. You start skulking around on your own, you may get questioned.
Pours yourself another drink. No, she was calling you out.
I do what I want.
Not today, you don't. Look, if I have to fold you up and hold you under my arm like a little kitten, I will. Actually, can we make her a kitten? Ash noped out.
Zoro vanished.
Oh, what happened?
I think her internet.
I think her internet died. All right, so let's go ahead and take our first break early as Zoro goes ahead and gets her internet back up and running, and when we come back, we'll do a little dress montage to see what everybody's going to be making themselves look like. But stick with us, guys. We will be right back.
Good, because I need a drink.
All right, we are back. I got to change the cameras a little bit, but everything should be good.
I'm still me. Yay!
Also, yes, I could totally see Rose in that one.
Oh yeah, I know. Azrin, did you see the last one that I posted? Because I don't know why, I just felt like that one just screamed Rose. The kimono-esque one.
Oh, don't want to do that.
Am I missing one?
Should I post it again so there's some differentiation? Because the
Yeah.
There we go. Camera's all set.
there you go.
All right,
that one.
so we're
Sorry.
back.
Yeah, with the
Internet
butterflies.
crashed.
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
Tell me I'm pretty.
So
I'm a pretty boy.
Found a way that it would take you in a
after-
manly fashion.
Blacktooth tells you or gives you advice on what to do and tells you of the other rules. Say, oh, one other thing. While your passes give you access to certain parts and certain shops of the city, in order to purchase any weapons of magical properties, you need a permit. You do not have these permits. It would be in your best interest if you did not try to secure these permits.
So what would you suggest if we wanted to buy something of magical property?
A weapon of magical properties don't.
Well, that's boring.
It may be boring, but the process for which you would have to go through would get you found out. And then after you're found out, we would have to deny ever serving you. And then, well, you're up for their brand of punishment. So it's best you not try to seek it out, but that's up to you. I don't know how important your little rescue mission is to you.
I'd say it's in, pretty high priority.
Now, Zale, you're going to want to put that ring on so you can see what it does.
And you won't just tell me what it's going to do.
I told you it's going to change the way you look.
Well, yes, but
We'll make it so where you are more fitting in society's views.
I dislike it already. She slips
I
it on.
dislike it as well, but it's better than being targeted. And everyone sees Zale slip the ring on, and you can begin to see that she starts to shrink. In the fur begins to pull away from, like, pull into her body, and her features begin to the like pink flesh underneath her fur begins to lighten up as her form begins to take that of a smaller elvish woman with like a short blonde hair and very bright green eyes. Skullcracker still strapped to her back. But the clothing
Do
that
you have a mirror?
No, one in your room.
Oh, Rose pulls the mirror out.
And you could see that you, Zale, you are now in the form of maybe a 4'11" elven woman.
Gosh, she's
This
so
feels-
tiny.
Very wrong. Very, very wrong.
Nobody
Just
will
to
ask
make it
questions.
even worse, Molly just comes up behind her, just scoops her up in her arms and just hugs her.
Wow, you're almost about my size.
And when you do that, Molly, you can still feel the dense weight of Zale.
Yeah, she's struggling to hold her up. But she's just like, nope, nope, this is,
Put me down.
Put
me down.
Just like slowly puts her down like she's this delicate, fragile thing.
Oh God.
Please don't make a habit of that. I'm not hearing a confirmation from you, Molly.
She just grins.
And as she's talking, her voice begins to lighten up a bit. It's not that deep, guttural, hyena-like knoll voice anymore. It's that of a little more sophistication and class.
So she's turning into Asthea. Okay.
She's pretty much turning
Make that happen.
She's pretty much turning into Asthea without the blood magic. Well, I mean,
Well,
with the blood magic because of the runes.
Well,
the blood magic never truly leaves you.
It never leaves you.
All of a sudden, every guy in town named Jimmy now has a lance through their face.
Always coming. So she'll kind of spin on her heel and turn to face. Oh God, I forgot his name already.
Blacktooth.
Blacktooth. So where do you keep your wardrobe?
Every one of your rooms should have one. Giant walk-in closet. You can't miss.
She just immediately sprints up after hearing her own voice. She's out of there. She's up and going to the room.
And as you're running, you can like, it catches you for a moment because you don't hear like the dainty running of like an elf. You still hear the heavy foot pads of you running on the ground,
like little claw marks on the wooden floor. She's running up.
There's no claw marks. It's just your body has still maintained the density of your weight. Your form is just now smaller, more compact.
Oh, so it's not just like a visual glamour. It's like an actual physical change, but the density and weight is still.
Yep.
Interesting.
Your strength and everything does not change. So you're still able to like wield and throw Skullcracker without a problem. It's just you look like a 4'11" elf woman when you're literally a nearly 10-foot hyena matriarch.
Think of it like you're under an illusion.
Yeah. It's a grand illusion is what it is.
This could be fun. I'm never giving this ring back.
All of a sudden, werewolf attacks start, being rumored around the city.
Yep.
A whoop.
So, do what you need to do. Oh, you need your code names too. Let each other know what you're going to be calling yourselves. Again, don't use your names in the city. Get dressed. I got to go downstairs. I have a proper business to run. And as he says that, as he begins to walk out of the room, he claps his hands, and all of you hear like these audible gasps as these wisps start coming up from the floor and taking shape, and then they are solid. And you can see various people of different races and sizes begin to just follow him out of the room.
Were they there before?
Not that you know of. Like the wisps just came out of like the floorboards, like just little bulbs of light, and then they begin to materialize into the shape of these humanoids, and they took their forms, complete with what looked to be restaurant style uniforms and bartender uniforms, a couple bouncers, and they begin to follow Blacktooth on out of the suite. And during this, Jazzy has just kept quiet and stuffing her face and watching everyone, seeing what they're doing.
I think after probably a good 10-15 minutes, Zale comes back downstairs in a new outfit that's more fitting for her stature. It's as plain as flashy can get. So it's just like kind of a short sleeve, tight collar shirt that like drapes down over her hips. It's a light brown color, but it has a really embellished golden trim along the whole thing with like tight fitting leather pants. But she's got like this, it's almost like a sash, but it's very clearly ferret fur, and it's like the whole ferret, and it has a clasp in front of it. And she's got a scarf on as well that has a gradient of bright orange going to a deep red. And sure, let's go with this. She's got some feathers sticking out of her hair on one side as well. Bright yellow feathers.
What about Molly? How is she getting dressed?
Molly found a form-fitting bodysuit that literally it's almost corset top. There's no straps or anything, and it completes the leggings as well, all in one thing. And there is one full sleeve, the other is bare, and it's in pure black, but with a little bit of gold embellishments around the corset top, and the thread works its way down the legging a little bit. But there is a beautiful bright, like I almost want to say somewhere between an emerald and a jadish green sash at the hip with a little bit hanging down off of one side, and then a sash that comes over the shoulder and just kind of crisscrosses across the bust line with a little bit hanging down. Really simple, but really elegant. She figures, like, I'm fancy the way I am. We're just, yeah.
What about Rose? What does Rose look like now?
Rose, you're enjoying this way too much, sir.
Rose looks disgusted.
She's like, Rose finds something as close as she possibly can to suit her particular tastes in fashion. It's this like half kimono type deal. It's black and green and has butterfly patterns on it, and since it's like a kimono skirt, so it doesn't go full length, so it stops like at her thigh, and she's wearing like like thigh high like stockings, and she's wearing like like hooker heels pretty much.
All right. Did anybody tell Ash about this, or has anybody tried to get Ash out of bed?
Well, Rose would have went to Ash's room after she got dressed.
Okay.
She'll knock on, like she'll like look at Kieran, and she's like, anything crazy happen?
And Kieran shakes his head no, and jumps back into your arm.
All right, cool. I hold up a piece of meat for him.
And he reaches up and grabs the meat and pulls it into your arm, as well as you can see your tattoo now snacking on the meat that you gave him.
I told him to bring back some meat. I don't lie to my buddy. So I knock on her door. Ashton, love, it's time to go.
Don't want to go.
Well, I don't want to go either, but there are things we want to do and things we have to do, and apparently this is something we have to do.
What is the plan?
We're going to enter the city in disguise and get close enough to this floating tower that Zale knows where Yif is being held. And before we get there, we'll have to find a priest, hopefully one of not great importance. Um, Knock them out, kill them, whatever, and take their transport jewels so we can enter the tower and find Yith.
Okay. And you just hear like the door unlock, and you open it up, and you can tell she didn't brush her hair or anything yet. She just looks completely disheveled, and she's in her base layer of clothing, like her little tunic.
Oh, we need to fix that. She's, and like Rose is dressed like how she described, and she like grabs you and pulls you into the room. And she's just gonna sit you down and just like comb your hair out. And she looks in the closet. And she's trying to find something that fits Ash's tastes. She's gonna try and pick out something that's probably like, if I don't know, like is it like anything in there? Is it just like you're like, oh, there's like a whole bunch of crap in here, or is it just like whatever they can get?
Oh no, it's a walk-in closet. It's like they've done their due diligence to pretty much try to get any and every fashionable form at the time in there for their operatives.
Alrighty. So then Rose is gonna pull out an assortment of like not so much party dresses, but something a little bit more flashy, not as full length and formal. And she's gonna pick a couple different shades of blues and purples and lay them out for Ash and see which one she wants to wear, if she wants to wear any of those.
These are really fancy.
Yes.
Why did you bring out all the fancy clothes?
Because apparently that's how the normal people of Kamiraska walk around.
So we have to wear this or we'll get in trouble?
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing this thing.
You look very pretty.
Like Rose blushes a little bit. And she you've never seen Rose act, well, no, not never. You've hardly ever seen Rose act girly, and she blushes and half hides her face, and she thanks you, and she's like, enough about me, we'd have to worry about you now.
Don't really want to wear anything fancy.
Well, those who don't get stuck out and questioned and interrogated. And that's the last thing we need.
All right, fine. I've got something I'll wear. And I'll go into my bag and I'll pull out one of my dresses.
Okay.
And put it on.
What dress are you pulling out?
I have a picture.
Not blue, is it?
It's not blue.
Okay.
It's nothing but blue.
Although I'm sad because one of the dresses she did bring was kind of like a sky blue that kind of matches her eyes a little bit better. So I posted a picture of what it kind of is similar to, except the colors. Instead of it being red, it's a very deep purple. And then the parts that look kind of like it's branches almost, it's a very shimmering silver that shimmers, like when the light hits it, it definitely just shimmers.
Nice.
And it still has kind of the see-through up here and everything too, that it's obviously very, very pale purple, but everything, it's very dark purple.
What weapon are you going to take with you?
Oh, she tells you can only choose one of your weapons.
Oh. Suppose suppose I can take my great sword. I pack that baby on my back.
Like all Wonder Woman.
Pretty much.
You have two people like, well, one looks like extremely tiny now with a gigantic great axe on her back, and then you have Ash who looks like she's about ready to go to a ball and she's got a giant greatsword strapped to her.
Right.
She is wearing I forgot what they're called, the Victorian style boots that lace up. So they've got a nice heel to them, but they also double if she needs to kick someone's face in. It's not like some high heel. It's like just a nice going out, very nice boot.
So like a riding boot almost.
Kind of, yeah. And it's got a little bit more of a heel on it. A little bit higher than what a riding boot would have anyway.
There's some lift, but there's no, oh my god, my ankles.
Yeah, pretty much. No stilettos here. Am I allowed to go out like this?
Yes, I don't know why people don't want to, but you are very fetching.
Well, I don't know if that will be acceptable in their eyes, so
Well, who knows?
this will cause a problem. I could do something about it.
They call me Roskins, darling. Who knows?
All right.
The best we can do is try to blend in as best we can and, do what we can if things don't go our way.
I'll go ahead and I'll grab a cloak to put on her as well to kind of cover a good chunk of like her shoulders and arms that she just kind of keeps tucked in before she goes out.
Alrighty.
All right, chumps, let's do this.
What weapon is Tickles taking?
Oh, that is a good question. What weapon is Tickles taking?
Weapon.
Oh yeah, what weapon? Why don't you all take a guess?
Gunblade!
Celestial pistol.
I'd go with the
Celestial.
celestial pistol.
Yeah.
Really?
Her?
You're not gonna take the gunblade?
It's a knuckle duster.
No, it's
I
a
have to-
sword. It's a sword that has a knuckle duster on it.
Yeah, I can't shoot with it though. I have to be really close to it.
Yeah, you punch somebody and you pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I don't
Okay.
like being close up. Thank you.
All right. Gonna take the calamity pistol that summons water elementals and destroys ships.
Yes.
All right. So everyone begins to walk downstairs, and you could see some of the employees on the ground floor taking tables down and not taking tables down, but taking chairs down and turning up tables and getting everything prepared for the day. And as you walk by a couple of them, you can see all of them have like this strange white glow, like just a little white bead in the center of their eye. And as you go by, they look at you and they just give you a very courteous nod, as almost if they know who you are. Blackjaw is over by the over at the bar, making sure that there are enough mugs and the casks are ready and the top shelf liquor is within reach for when the day gets into full swing.
Can I do an Arcana check on one of these people as we're leaving?
Yes, you can.
Can I what's Zale's Arcana?
She has a +7.
You can both give me an Arcana check if you're trying to figure it out.
Well, I was gonna assist to give her advantage.
Zale. They are enslaved souls.
Oh, interesting. Do they bear any resemblance to the constructs that have souls that I have fought over the years?
They do not.
Okay.
These themselves are souls that have fallen in either battle or in some other violent way that Blacktooth has bound to himself.
Interesting. I will just kind of file that away in my mind for now, but try to keep in mind that this guy is probably a powerful magic user of some sort, so we should probably not get on his bad side.
And as you see Blacktooth, he is now in this. Hi, Evie. He is now in like this traditional looking, white open chest a little bit, bartender shirt. He's got a soft blue sash around his hips. The pants he's wearing is just basic. It looks like if you didn't know any better, he was just some basic run-of-the-mill bartender. Just very simplistic looking, though the fabric and everything seems to be made of, well, the shirt anyway, of spider silk. As you come down, he gives you a smile and looks everyone over. He's like, well, you definitely kinda look the part.
I'm uncomfortable.
I don't blame you. It took me a while to get that ring correct.
Guys. We need nicknames.
You haven't gotten nicknames yet?
Nobody's told me theirs.
Ash leans over to Rose and she's like, she's pretty. Who is she?
You don't recognize Molly?
That's Molly?
Mm-hmm.
Molly, you look so beautiful.
And she just grins. You can see like a sheen of red across her cheek. She's drunk.
10 o'clock in the morning, or not 10 o'clock, what was it, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? She's already drunk.
Rose recognizes that look. She's been there before.
We're supposed to. Oh yeah, code names.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were supposed to have names.
Because remember what he said, that names are power and we can't give them power, so we have to have finky names.
Right, yes, of course.
He's like, you think Blacktooth is my real name?
No, your teeth look fine to me.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I think your teeth look very fine.
It's just the name I took out of a book.
Oh.
No,
Are there any requirements for these names?
whatever you can think of. Nobody in town uses their real name.
You're an elf now, so we're gonna call you Bray. I know of a green sparrow. We're gonna call you Breen for short. Shut up. That's your name.
I don't think I can pronounce any of that.
It's okay, Breen. We got you. She just ruffles Zale's hair.
And like when you ruffle it, there's a very, like, you're used to that coarse knoll fur, but it's very like soft and silky.
And she just like pauses and just like Lenny from Of Mice and Men just pets.
It pets the rabbit.
She just stands there with the most deadpan look. So what are your names?
Delande.
I have to write these down.
Yeah, I probably should write these down too, because I'm not going to remember them.
Me either. Hang
I
on.
already forgot mine.
Breen.
Mine's easy.
It's green for short. Come on now.
I could just go by Abigail. It's simple.
Pickles, Molly.
Oh no, pick something.
Just call me Smalls.
I'll be Biggie.
Balls.
Really? We're calling you Smalls and Biggie.
I mean, they'll know that that's fake. And then when they ask for your real name,
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Tickles is the smallest one in the group, and now Molly's the biggest one in the group.
Everyone puts thought into their name. Molly gives Zale a nice nickname, and it's like, just call me Biggie.
I hate you
I think
so
we should
fucking
call
much.
Molly Gemma because she looks like she has gems on her.
I dig it.
Ugh.
Because you dig for gems. And she just passes out on the table.
God.
giggling.
He's like, she hasn't drank before, has she?
No, she's never drank before.
Give me a
Not
second.
like this, no.
And he walks over, and you see him open up a cabinet. You see various vials of the soft green liquid as he pulls one out.
Oh,
And
I
he
know this.
shuts
I
it.
know this.
Oh, Rose recognizes. She recognizes that liquid.
And he like taps on Molly's head to get her attention, and he hands her the vial. He's like, drink this. Tastes good.
Aw, Silver's boring. And she drinks it.
And it's a very soft, like minty taste. And then it begins to like thicken a little bit, almost as if you're drinking toothpaste. But all of the alcohol is just like expelled. Not really expelled from you, like your body's like now.
You're
you know,
nullified.
yeah, it's just nullifying the effect on the alcohol. Like, I keep these handy just in case somebody has one too many. Bar fights aren't good for business here.
I don't suppose you've got any extras we can take with us.
Why are you planning on getting drunk?
Maybe.
Well, no, but I do plan on replicating it if I can.
Oh, can't do that. That there
Don't want to
is-
share.
That there is family secret recipe.
Right, of course.
Bartender's tradecraft.
Say no more, as I quietly commit to memory where that cabinet is.
Okay, so we
Too
got
much idea.
we got Gemma, we got Breen, Delandi, and Abby. What are we calling you? He points at Tickles.
Call me Smalls.
We'll call her Somalia. There she is.
Unless you got a better name.
Oh, really?
Well, if we call you Somalia, at least we can call you Smalls.
Why don't we just call her Sam or Sammy?
I'm not a sandwich.
I didn't say Sandy.
What was Zale's again?
Breen.
Green.
Green?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like blue-green.
Color green?
Like
Yeah.
blue-green.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
green.
Breen.
Yeah, like because the
Oh,
name I gave her was Brea Nova. For short, it's Breen.
You drunk motherfucker.
Brea Nova.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. We got it now. Woo!
Smalls. We're gonna get caught.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, we are.
Honestly, that's not gonna matter. People come up with some weird nicknames here. Not many people give their real ones.
Mm-hmm.
And my cat is sleeping sitting up.
See the little ears sticking out.
Yeah, she's sleeping like that. I'm afraid she's gonna
I
like.
see her slowly leaning like she's
Yep.
about to plop.
Oh, you're gonna hear a thud because that's what happens. She goes completely asleep and then she just thuds onto the desk.
That's funny.
So I don't know if the rest of you have any stops to make, but I need to go to, what was that place called?
So
Right.
you've been cursed.
So You've Been Cursed.
That should be your first stop. Unless you want that arm just wailing about punching people on the street.
Oh, no. No, I do not.
I've got a place, I think. I remember Blacktooth saying where to find a place in a specific area. Is that the same area where Zale's going though?
The marketplace
Yeah,
area.
you
I think
guys
it was
are
the
in.
same.
You guys are in the market district.
Oh, wait. wait, before we go anywhere. Blacktooth,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to put some gloves on. And there's a stone in my bag that I don't think needs to be in my bag.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Rose knows what it does.
We found the Dreamstone.
Mm-hmm.
And you see his eyes go wide. He's like, I ain't touching that. Keep
But
it in
I
your,
don't want it. It's touching my cookies.
keep it in your bag. Keep it in your bag. Actually, you know what? Give me your bag.
There's cookies in there. Fuck you.
She's like,
I'm not going to eat your cookies. You don't want to be walking around town with a Dreamstone on you.
Does it have any value?
Only if you want to die.
What she said.
Right.
So-
It has immense value to the wrong sorts of people. A Dreamstone, when held, will amplify the most wanton desires of a person.
Oh, I don't
Well,
got any
that's
desires.
kind of what I'm getting at. We may need the help of the wrong sort of person.
Put it this way. The wrong sort of person handling a Dreamstone turns into the wrong sort of person for everybody involved. They become what they want the most.
It sounds like a valuable distraction to me.
Look, don't destroy my home, please. Yes, the elves may be well, not even all the elves. The ones in control may be a bunch of people that I would love to see throwing off the highest point in town. But this city has history before they took over. You'll come to find that a lot of the citizens here just want to live their lives out and don't leave because they love their city. So whatever you do, don't go setting fire to random establishments. We are all trying to get by.
Rose takes out like her little black book and she like writes down, "Don't set random buildings on fire." She's like mouthing it. She's not actually writing it down, but she's pretending that she is, and she's saying it out loud.
Blacktooth looks at her and he's like, does she really need to write that down?
Yes.
Rose, give me your hand.
I like my hands. You can't have them.
Are you going to set anything on fire?
Depends.
Then give me your hand.
Rose,
I don't know.
how
I
dare you.
thought I was dangerous.
Come on, Rose. What's the worst you gonna do? Kiss it?
He can put some sort of. He can put one of those silly magical runes on my hand.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, you can't do that because then I lose access to something I need access to.
Then don't set anything on fire. If anything gets set on fire, I will turn you into the authorities.
I can't promise anything.
Rose, please don't set anything on fire.
We will do our best not to set anything on fire.
Please don't. Because while I'm all for helping you, I am not about to see my home and the city I love burn. Now, if you want to
Right.
set random blue bloods on fire, go right ahead. I don't care. They're not hard to find. They're where as he brings up the sash. They're all wearing some sort of blue.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that either, but who knows? We tend to get in trouble a lot.
Yeah, that's what Jenny told me.
Before we head out, I have something for you, Ash. I've just been waiting for you to be coherent enough to understand what it is.
I'm sorry.
Rifles through. Does she have her bag?
Yeah, none of the items. The only thing that's been taken from you is your weapons and your armor. You still have your bags on you.
The reason I ask is because I think I'm
Give me
the
just a
only
moment.
one in the group that doesn't have a bag of holding.
Really?
Yeah. because Zale didn't care. I mean, she was big; she could carry everything herself.
You still have your bag on you.
Okay, well, she reaches into the bag and she pulls out an old, kind of mangled-looking tome, and she hands it to Ash. The Hag's Tome. Another for your collection.
And Ash, the moment you touch it, you see the pages on it sheen over in silver. And the book begins to like shimmer as the old worn leather and everything begins to like repair itself. And the smell of a freshly bound book begins to come off of it as you are now holding a pristine looking tome in your hand.
We see this?
Everyone sees this.
Well, that's a neat trick.
Do it again.
I can't believe you guys still got her book all those years, weeks ago. Thank you so much, Zale. It's not as gross looking as all the other ones.
Well, it was a moment ago.
That's interesting.
How
Zale,
so?
you said that arm is a hag, right?
Yes, well, I figured, I have her arm. I don't need her book as well. And Ash seems to be collecting them.
Oh, this is interesting.
Interesting how?
The book has been passed down to you from the hag.
Oh.
Why does something always go wrong every time I give Ash a book?
No, it's nothing wrong. You've just given your friend an encyclopedia of knowledge that she can now access without any worry of curses or blights being thrown upon her.
Oh,
That's really amazing.
He's like, cherish that book. Not many can say that they have rightful access and ownership of a once hag's tome. But don't go flashing it around because other hags may take affront to that.
Well, I do have a collection. Thank you. I will keep it hidden for now. And I'll go ahead and I'll tuck it away in my bag of holding.
Okay. Let me know when you go to read the book, and I'll tell you what it details.
Well, if the crew would let her stay behind, she would, but she already knows that's not going to happen. So,
Nope.
Now,
Nope.
you're gonna give me a second. He reaches under the bar. He pulls out this strange minted gold coin and he hands it to Zale. Give this to Martha. She'll take care of the arm without charging you. She owes me a favor, and it kind of disturbs me. So go ahead and get that taken care of.
Well, it kind of disturbs me as well. You're being quite generous to us. Is there something that you need or want in return?
As long as you don't destroy my city, I don't care. I'm helping you because Jenny said to help you. Since you are in my establishment, under my roof, you are under my protection, and I treat you as such. If you need information or anything of the sort, come to me.
I will make an effort not to destroy your city then.
I will have my people, as he motions out to those in the restaurant area, setting everything up, prepare meals for you when you return.
Right. Shall we set off then?
Apologize, I had to take care of something. What did I miss a little bit?
Ash is a hag now.
Ash
What?
isn't a hag. Zale gave her.
Great. Sorry, someone's at the door.
It's all good.
Poor Zale. Or Zale, Groudon. I mean, poor Zale too, but yeah.
Apartment life. I know that feel.
Yep.
So, with that, everyone leaves the establishment. And as you do, you can see the name of the establishment along the wall. And it is called the Blind Mice Tavern.
Nice.
Well, there's only one of him. There's supposed to be 3 blind mice.
If it's
Wonder if he
referencing
has-
3 blind mice and not just blind Jenny.
I'm presuming we're not taking Jazzy with us.
No, Jazzy is making her way back to the hideout with a caravan of smuggled goods.
All right. Ash was a hag. Go.
No, Ash is not a hag. Ash was given the old tome from Jasmine. But when
Okay.
she touched it, it transformed into a fresh, like almost a freshly minted tome. And Blacktooth was saying that it had been passed down to her from the hag. Since Zale's body has part of that hag's arm sticking out of her, she's pretty much completed a rite of succession and given Ash the tome. So Ash now has access to just a ton of hag knowledge that she can now dip into and read without any
Consequences.
no curses or anything like that.
Hashtag hag hacks.
She's
Right.
going to destroy the world.
I did have a question, and I heard Bach talking about it. He mentioned something about a bag of holding and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or like Pickles.
Yeah, you all have your bags. The only things you don't have are your armor and the excess weapons.
Okay, so the
like-
excess weapons and the armor. So having other magical stuff won't.
So question for Chickles, and I hate to be that person,
And that's fine.
but isn't Sven technically armor?
Sven looks like
Yes.
clothes.
That's true.
He doesn't look like armor.
Sven is Sven. Sven is only armor when he becomes armor. Right now he is a dress.
Correct.
So, as you all leave the Blind Mice Tavern, you step out onto a bustling, busy street. As you can see people of various sizes and shapes and races walking along, conversing with one another. Nobody looking normal whatsoever. Everyone dressed in very vibrant and bright colors. Numerous decorations sticking out of their clothes, various tattoos and piercings amongst their body, their hair cut in very eye-catching ways with various hues of color strewn about them. You can see some people walking down the street with different pets in tow. One person having what almost looks to be a miniature phoenix sitting on their shoulder. Another walking down the street being led on either side by 2 displacer beasts. One a snow white color, the other one just this night black.
How far are they from Rose?
No. No. Heel girl.
As they're walking by, they get about like 10-15 feet away, as Rose is just like looking at the beauty of these creatures.
Rose runs up to them.
Is
And
anybody going to try to stop Rose?
Yes.
Yes. Can I trip her?
No, don't. No.
Tripper.
No.
I mean,
no.
you could attempt to.
We're
I mean,
supposed to be sophisticated.
I mean, she shot
Molly.
you in the hand.
I attempt to trip her.
Okay, you attempt to trip her. Molly, what are you doing?
Molly, is just gonna grab her by the scruff of her collar and just like, no.
Okay, Tickles.
No.
Yes.
Tickles and Rose, I'm going to need a dexterity contest. Molly and Rose, I'm going to need a strength contest.
So dexterity saving throw or dexterity roll?
Dexterity roll. Just a dex check.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and then the strength rolls.
You twerp.
So you are easily slip out of Molly's grasp, but as you're going down the stairs, you feel Tickle's tail wrap around your leg as she pulls. But you don't really go face planting, though. You kind of go stumbling and you kind of hit the rail to brace yourself a moment.
Can I get a reaction, or am I just gonna fall?
What did you want to do for the reaction?
I want to shadow step.
I mean, if you want to display your magic, sure.
Well, it's innate. I don't care.
Where are you shadow stepping?
To the displacer beasts,
Especially
especially the white ones.
You see Rose stumble, and as it looks like she's going to hit the rail, she just poofs in the little trail of smoke, and she appears about 2 feet in front of the woman with her displacer beasts. And the moment that she does, you see both displacer beasts like drop down into like an attack-like position as they're growling and baring their teeth, as the woman herself has pulled out a wand and is like pointing it at Rose.
There's no need for that, dear. I'm just completely enamored by these gorgeous displays of magnificence.
And she for a moment looks at you and she smiles as the wand just goes back up her sleeve, and she smiles as she straightens herself up, and she tugs on the leashes of both of them as the beasts come to a heel.
And then she looks at her and she goes, "Do you mind? It's like I have an unusual fondness for displacer beasts.
And when you set your eyes on her, you notice that she's another shadow fae.
Oh my god, really?
Mm-hmm.
And
she's wearing this soft emerald green, not really gown, but almost like a bodice with a cape, like almost a cape clasped around her neck, which is like this soft black with various gold trim around the outside. And as she moves, it's almost as if the trim is beginning to like dance in like a sequence, as you can see that they begin to almost weave a marionette like tail. And you can see like the scene of the Fae court meeting in one of like in their legendary grove. She smiles and she's like, "Oh, it is of no need for apology. They are, as you say, creatures of magnificence."
Speaking of like weird things, since I'm wearing a half kimono, my focus arm is exposed and my living tattoo is also exposed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask her, like, do you mind if I pet them?
Oh, please. They love pets. They're about as, unless threatened, they are about as docile as a house cat.
And she like scritches them like you do, like a cat and whatnot. But when she tells them that that they're pretty, she says it in Umbral.
Have you ever like pet a cat to where it's been yearning for attention and just forces itself into you?
Yeah.
You kind of get knocked off balance as you have these two large displacer beasts just rubbing up against you, purring up a storm.
Oh my god, she's in heaven.
Like when she says they're docile as house cats, she's not kidding. They're literally just overgrown house cats.
Oh, she gets on her knees and she goes, I know of someone who is supposed to be procuring one for me, but have not had the opportunity to
Oh,
make my way.
Are you looking for one?
Yes.
You don't look to be from around here. Outsider?
Unfortunately, I'm here on family business.
Ah, well. She reaches into like a small pocket in one of her bags and she pulls out a card and she hands it to you.
Oh my god, is it the same guy?
No. It's like, when you have a chance, there is a man who runs a shop here called the Cat's Paw. Maybe he can help you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're going to want to ask for a Jeremiah Blackcloud.
Oh, I gotta write that down.
He is another one of our kind. Let's just say he deals in the more exotic of pets.
Okay, so Jeremiah.
Yeah, Fox, you weren't like you got it. You're not supposed to talk in other languages, but Rose already breaking the rules.
Everything we were told not to do is happening 10 feet outside of the tavern.
I was just gonna say, we walked 10 feet, we've used magic, and we've used a different language.
I didn't do it this time.
It's the cat's paw.
It's the Cat's Paw.
Alrighty.
And she looks over to the rest of the group and she gives a friendly smile. Is that
Molly's just like,
is that your entourage?
Yes. You know,
you must be of great import if you're at the Blind Mice.
Wow.
Maybe you will see me perform there tonight.
Oh, really? I will make sure that I get back in time to see you then.
I will be there once the sun sets.
Oh, excellent.
I am Jocelyn, by the way.
You can call me Delande.
It is nice to meet you, Delande.
And like Rose, like, you know, respectfully like bows to her.
Ash in her fucking notebook.
Explode.
It's confirmed.
What does she look like?
We know that name.
We know that name.
It's confirmed.
She's another Shadow Fae, much like Rose, but her skin seems to be of like a very palish pigment, like almost lacking any color of therein, and she's got like this soft grayish like hair that almost kind of matches her skin tone. Her eyes are like a very soft slate gray, and she has a pair of horns that are coming out of her head that spiral a little bit at the tips.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I heard that name? If I heard her say that name?
Yes. Well, no, you don't even have to. She's like 10 feet from you. You can hear the conversation going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ash is gonna lean in to Zale and be like, "Did she just say her name was Jocelyn, as in the Ice Queen hag?"
Did say Jocelyn, yes.
I mean, she's pale, like she would be icy. No pun intended, but I guess it was there. But
wait. Did you say Ice Queen? I thought that was Gwen. Jocelyn was the central hag.
Sorry,
the one that stole the stone from me that I had to use a wish to get back.
The half giant.
She's gonna reach into her bag and pull out the guiding stone. This is the stone that she stole. And she's gonna like glance between Ash and Jocelyn, then Ash, then Jocelyn, and see if she notices.
And as like she's like looking back and forth, you see Jocelyn say goodbye to Rose as she continues down the street with her displacer beasts.
Yeah, but is that the real Jocelyn or is that like a codename Jocelyn?
as soon as she like walks away, Zale just kind of looks a little dejected. Must have just been a coincidence then.
Can I try and do some sort of? Can I do
Wait,
like an insight check?
Hold on, Zale, were you trying to use the gemstone to see if that was her?
Well, I was pulling out the gemstone to see if she would recognize what it was.
Oh, didn't really pay much attention. She kind of smiled and waved at you and then went back to having a conversation with Rose.
Can I do an insight check to see if she's not who she seems she is?
Well,
That she's maybe hiding something?
well, you do know that everybody in Kamiroska doesn't use their real name.
But I mean, true, but I don't know that. That could be her
Sure, go ahead and give
real
me
name.
go ahead and give
I
me
don't
an
know.
insight check.
What, Bob?
Oh.
You are 100% certain that is the Desert Hag.
This is great.
Fail. It's the same name. It could be the hag in disguise.
So at this point, Tickles is going to like kind of tug at their dresses and like, all right, we need to focus because we're not supposed to be drawing attention. And what you were trying to do was grab attention with that stone. Now stop it.
Right, but if that's the hag,
It doesn't matter if it's the hag. We're
But if it
undercover
is
here.
the hag,
Undercover,
We're
incognito.
not. Look, and she just gets down on
So-
one knee to
so
get down
are
on Mini Zale's level and grabs her face like an adoring mother. Is like, we're not here for the hag.
Are they? Do I hear them like whispering to
What-
each other whether or
once-
not that's the ice hag?
Once you snap out of your displace your beast
Cuddle
Envy?
frenzy.
you come back to the group and they're just like whispering and bickering and making noise back and forth at each other, and you hear Desert Hag and we're not here for her and everything like that. So you hear them like bickering amongst themselves.
It's like, if that's a hag, she has one hell of a disguise.
That's what I
well,
was
yes,
thinking.
that's what hags do.
Oh my god, it doesn't matter. She just starts shaking Zales like, it's not what we're here for. Focus.
I'm going
Focus.
this way. Who's coming with? No one?
We'll chase that lead later.
All right,
If
and
it is the desert hag, that's fine. We are not here for her. We're here
Exactly.
for something else.
We'll put a pin in it.
so with that, let's go ahead and take our second break for the night.
Damn it!
Wow. Let's get all of these
And
ones
as-
out of the way because this is
as-
ridiculous.
Can I try to since I failed that, can I just show like how I'm doing it, but it's just kind of making it obvious.
No, so what happens is you go to try to sneak off, and once again, you're in this long flowing like ball gown dress and your feet trip up on the fabric and you go tumbling down the stairs.
Ow, 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 ow.
And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and take our second break for the night. So guys, stick with us. They're breaking all the rules already. They're getting attention drawn to them. They're using magic. They're petting giant cats. So
Your fault, sir.
I like
you
Displacer Beast.
You know how Rose is when it comes to Displacer
know.
Beast.
I know.
and
Let's
magical
just put it this
creatures.
way. Let's just put it this way. I have put all of your vices in this city just to mess with you. But we're gonna.
Did you make a porn book here? Is there gonna be like a library with a naughty section?
Oh, let's just put it this way. The bookstore puts pop-up books to shame.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and take that second break. We will be right back, guys.
Interactive novels.
Whoa!
And we are back. Give me 1 second because my cat stepped on my keyboard while we were away.
Okay, I
There we
did
go.
it. It was my fault. I was too busy looking at those porn books.
That's why you lock your keyboard so the cat doesn't like mess stuff up and like try
Block
to take
the
over the world.
taskbar.
Oh,
Block
Block
the
the
taskbar.
taskbar.
So, after having your conversation about whether or not the nice lady with the displacer beasts was the sand hag and Tickle's totally eating shit trying to walk down the stairs.
Anyone want to help me up?
Do you want to ride on my shoulder?
That'll help.
Come here. And she picks her up and just like hoist and plop.
That helps my pride.
Oh, Rose like runs over to Ash and she like grabs her hand and she's like, did you see those displacer beasts? They were so lovely.
It makes me miss Sable. They were so big.
I know.
Did you enjoy petting them?
And I may be able to get one.
You can't have Sable.
Well, I'm not gonna take Sable.
Now,
Sorry. Shh.
and as you're talking about Sable, Ash, you feel a very rough shove from behind you, and it kind of like moves you a couple feet.
Damn.
Fuck her up, beat an ass.
The player is like, bitch, who shoulder checked me? Ash slightly not all there. Says, oh, what? Who?
Yeah,
I'll turn
Rose-
around.
And you turn around, and looking at you is a very familiar looking griffin.
This is
Oh,
me.
look.
As Sahara almost jumps and like pounces on you, but she kind of just like nestles into you roughly and begins to almost chirp as she's rubbing up against you. This being the
Aw.
first time she's seen you since you disappeared.
Oh, Sahara. And I go ahead and I nuzzle her and just like rub my hands all over her face and ruffle her feathers. And I'm just like, Sahara, I was so worried about you. I was afraid that you were gone for good. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
And she gives like a very loving, kind of just like a very loving nip at you, letting you know that she's okay.
Like Rose looks at Sahara and she goes, "Bloody hell, you smart beastie."
Oh, I was so worried about you. I really hate to do this, but you can't be here. I don't want you to get stolen.
And
They're going
as
to
you
try
say
to
that,
steal
she
you.
kind of like bats you with her head and just like leaves it there. Kind of like telling you she's
Aw.
not going anywhere. She kind of like stomps her. She kind of like stomps her front legs down on the ground.
I think she missed you.
Is it possible to use my ring to control the griffin?
Bitch!
I mean, you could.
I know she has low intelligence, but damn it!
I mean, I would. To be honest, if I was going to do it, I would just tell her to go to your room.
That's true.
I mean, she does love Kitty.
This is true. All right, well,
I think that's what she'll do. She'll kind of turn on and kind of touch the griffin. Like, I need you to go into
Blind Mice Tavern.
yes.
You're presuming
Her
that
room.
she can read. She is beast.
She
Her
can
room
project
upstairs. Go.
thoughts and imagery,
mean-
and the bird will understand. I mean,
hold on just a
We're
moment.
we're still
10
literally
feet
just 10
outside.
feet.
like, hello.
I'm going to.
But as like all this is happening, you notice people are just walking by you, almost as if this griffin in the middle of the street isn't even on their radar. It's like almost a daily occurrence.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I really miss you too. So what's going to happen is I'm gonna take you with me, but you stay by my side. I'm going to hang on to you.
And
And-
she kind of puts she kind of puts her head underneath your arm.
Seeing eye griffin, perfect.
Okay.
That is your cover. You're blind.
You be incredibly careful, and if you sense any danger, you leave. Okay? I have the whistle to bring you back, so you always know where mommy is.
She gives you another affirmative nip.
Okay. All right. Stay close. Now keep a good eye on her.
Okay.
You can't. You're blind.
I'm not blind.
Don't use that as a cover. The assassin that killed one of the royal family was blind.
Meh.
Well, if you're going to use it as a cover, don't use it around me.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, you can see again, so of course.
Okay, so she's blind in one eye. It's fine.
Better, I guess.
We're halfway there. She just gives the cheesiest fucking grin after she says that.
Living on a prayer. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna get really close to Sahara's ear, and I'm gonna be like, okay, so I don't know if this affects you or not, but we can't use real names, so I'm gonna call you Siri, okay?
And again, she gives an affirmative nip.
Okay, so you respond to Siri. Okay. Go, girl. And they just stare at the group like, I got my bird back. So I know how I'm getting to the top. How about you guys?
It's so fucked up.
Wait, what?
I
I
feel like
mean-
you might be spotted flying around on Siri.
Well, not if I can use a bit of magic.
No, no.
In private where no one can see us.
I think
I
we
don't
should.
think it's a matter of being able to see. Like the minute you go poof, it's gonna be a like dinner bell for the guards.
I think we should venture at least 10 more feet into the city before we discuss breaking more rules.
Well, I wasn't going to say now because none of you guys can get up there. I'm not going to go alone.
Let's just have today and see what happens.
Okay. I now have something I want to do in this town.
Oh dear Lord Almighty.
So you begin to make your way 10 feet down the 10 more feet down the street before anything else happens. And again, you begin to look around, and like people with like the most peacocky looking clothing and hairstyles, like different types of weaponry and everything, just in like this most apparently Alistair's there.
It's Cullen.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. It's
Alistair's my voice message. Okay.
I'm sorry. The lyrium druggie. I'm sorry.
I got him off it. He's clean now.
A bath does not constitute clean.
So
He's 6 months sober.
as you begin to wander through the streets of the market district, I think she dropped her ball cast. You come to a shop with a wooden sign hanging off of it with a very queasy looking face on it that seems to be changing different complexions and everything, and with the name "So You've Been Cursed" written on it.
Does it have a picture of Captain America on it?
Like Delonde is gonna look at the sign and go, just above a whisper, "Oh, this place looks interesting. Maybe we should go inside and take a look."
Maybe we should. Yes. Is the door open or?
The door's open.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk right in then.
As you walk in, it's kind of reminiscent of like a healer's hut mixed with that of a modern day doctor's office. As there's a small waiting room off to the side, and you see an older dwarven woman sitting behind a counter, and she looks up. All right, which one of you are cursed?
Points of green.
Rose starts laughing.
Well,
Oh, and that one too.
Two of you.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
She's worse.
I see. Well, please fill this out. And she brings out like a small clipboard with paper. Like, just need your name for the files.
Why?
Where do we put our name?
Just on the line.
But why? I don't understand why I'm supposed to put my name on here.
It's for the files, so we know what to call you.
Yeah, come on, Abby. It's not that bad.
I know, but that. Oh, okay. I'll write in Abigail.
Wait, so Rose whispers into Ash's ear, "They think you want to be cured of your."
Oh no! I don't want to be cured. I just thought you were just genuinely asking.
You want to keep your curse? Well, whatever. I've seen stranger.
Well, I don't want to keep the most pressing of my curses.
Then you put your name down on the list.
I'll put the clipboard back.
And in the same way that Zale has signed her name every single other time she has signed it, she brings her thumb up to her mouth and she bites it to draw blood, and she stamps it down on the paper and streaks it across.
And the dwarven woman kind of sits there for a moment. Really?
We are the worst.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Excuse
What
me,
am I supposed to call you? I can't say thumbprint of blood. That's not your name.
Green, remember what I said in the other town when we went to that ball? Remember? About signing names?
That was quite a while ago. You'll have to refresh my memory.
You have to write it.
What'd you say her name was? Breen?
Breen.
And she writes down Breen. She like tears off the paper and like crumples it up and throws it into a bin and just writes down Breen. on a normal, like on a clean sheet of paper. It's like, okay, sit over there. Martha will be with you in a second.
Right, of course.
And like the moment you sit down, you hear your name called out. Breen,
Oh, yes. Hello.
Martha, we'll see you. Just go into the back room.
Can I go with?
If you want.
Yeah, I want to watch.
Are you her legal guardian?
Other way around.
Yes.
Oh, she's your legal guardian.
Mhm.
Well, children are allowed to accompany their mothers.
Yes.
Right.
She takes
okay.
Tickles and stay.
You just asked the wrong person to stay.
Your camera's frozen now.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's the longest face palm I've ever seen.
I am sorry. Okay, I'll be back.
So the cameras are
And cam shuffle.
the cams are gonna get a little jank. Just for warning, guys. Don't worry, we'll fix it when grounding comes back.
This is fine.
Perhaps if the two of you could watch the little
Smalls? Smalls.
one.
Sammy?
Sure.
Hi.
All of
Hi.
everything
Wait,
you just said.
Did we lose Azarin now?
No, Aswin's there.
It'll-
No, the old camera will disappear in a minute.
Yeah, it'll just take a minute for Zoom to realize that there's not two of Groudon.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I have pictures of that. That's what I was saying. I was saying that you've got the wrong person to say stay.
You know, the funny thing is I clicked remove on that camera. There we go.
There we go.
It just takes it a second.
Is everyone in the right place? No,
Nope.
Tickles and Ash have switched places.
Hi, how's it going? My name is Ashton, and I feel very loved. And I'm more of an emo person right now.
And I have a
Little-
cat on my
little
shoulder
fuck
who
some shit
wants
up.
to play ball.
Polly wants a mouse.
Eddie wants a lick.
Ouch, my immersion. What immersion?
Oh,
You're
No
on the
immersion
wrong
for
channel
you.
for immersion here, Shadow Fox.
Right.
So Zale and Molly begin to walk down this short hallway to a small room where an older human woman is sitting behind a crystal wall. She looks at the two of you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, which one of you is cursed?
And
That
Molly
would-
just points over to Zale.
That would be me. Yes.
And what is your curse?
She kind of leans in really closely. I have a hag's arm and a death curse.
Bit of hag arm, yes. I can take care of that. Go ahead and sit down and place the infected arm on that block. She points over to like this bloody like wooden stump.
Oh god, I was just gonna ask you. It was like a bloody stuff.
Oh, well, if you're going to cut it off, I already tried that.
Oh no, trust me, my methods. Oh, that hurts. Oh, she has a.
It
claw in
did
the back
hurt
of my-
quite a bit, yes.
Oh.
Daddy!
I'm
Father
being attacked by a cat right now.
You know what this reminds me of, and I'm like totally dating myself. There's this Warner Brother, this Warner Brother cartoon where it's like a big old like pit bull and his little baby cat.
Yep.
And the
Mhm,
baby
yep.
cat like always sleeps on its back, but it like nuzzles into him, and she's just like gnawing at his back and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's,
One of the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Oh no, it was Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes had that.
this is Warner Brothers.
So she's like, oh, don't worry. My methods are 100% safe and painless. Kind of, sometimes. But don't worry, the curse will be lifted.
The curse will be lifted. Yes.
You're dead.
Should I don't know if it'll come into play or not, but just in case it does, this isn't what I usually look like.
Oh, that doesn't matter. That's I don't
Wonderful.
care.
She just sits down and places her arm out.
So she takes out like this bit of wood. She's like, you may want to bite down onto this.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. As she walks over, and you see that she picks up a very large like meat cleaver off of the wall, and she like runs her finger across it. It makes a very audible like sharp noise.
I kind of look over at Molly and give a thumbs up.
It's like,
Molly just has this like
It's like that.
She's like,
I'm sorry.
she places her hand on yours, and she raises it. It's like, okay, on the count of 3. 1, and then she just chops. And you hear the audible thud as the cleaver embeds itself into the log underneath, and you feel the arm separating from you. And you look over, and you are now missing like an arm from the shoulder down. It's like, okay, that's part 1. She takes the arm, she just throws it in like a large bin. And she walks over to like a
Is
small...
there blood everywhere?
Oh yeah, like there's
Spurt,
like blood on
spurt.
like on now just like spread all over that block, just fresh Zale and hag blood.
Ash immediately leaves the area.
Not doing great.
So she walks
What's
over.
part 2?
She walks over to the Oh, you don't feel any of this, by the way. It's painless. As she walks over to a cabinet, she opens it up. She's like, okay, no, you don't need a new head. You're not an elephant. Ah, here we go. She walks she like brings this this like bright red liquid in this diamond vial.
Before you do whatever it is,
as you say that, she grabs your jaw and holds it open. She pulls the cork and she just begins to dump it down your dump it into your mouth. And the moment it's gone, she like shuts your mouth and covers. She's like, swallow.
That's what he said.
And then she like pinches your nose. Swallow.
Molly goes to help and does a little throat tickle trick, like, come on, like trying to get a dog to swallow a pill.
and she very, very reluctantly does after a struggle.
And like it goes down, and it's a very like nice cherry flavor.
Cherry.
But can I actually taste it
You
with my
can.
mangled tongue?
You can, as like you feel your tongue begin to get sense back.
You have potion of regeneration? Holy crap.
And then there's an audible pop as a new arm springs through the wound.
Why am I imagining like Deadpool when he loses a limb and it's like this little baby arm coming out?
No, it's more like Dragon Ball when the Namekians
Namekian.
regrow their legs.
Oh, there's like
It's a sudden
It's just like
just cuts out
That's
the
cool.
wound.
birth.
That's cool.
Like when Piccolo just yanks his arm
Yep,
off and
just
grows
yanks
a
his
new
arm
one.
off, grows a new one.
It's like, well, this one's fucked. Chuck.
Bludgeon somebody with it.
As you can see that your hand is fresh, but when you look at it, the finger isn't scarred anymore.
What did you do?
I gave you a new arm. I wasn't going to leave you armless.
Is it... So,
It's real.
back to a moment ago when I said I don't usually look like this.
Yeah.
This arm.
It'll be whatever you are.
Oh, wonderful. And why can I taste things again?
Oh, that's right there is a salamander's potion. Regenerates anything that's been damaged, replaces limbs, all that's wonderful stuff.
Salamander's potion, you say?
Yes, it's called salamander's blood. It's literally made with salamander blood. And cherries for a little nice taste.
What else is in this potion aside from the salamander's blood, if you don't mind me asking?
Salamander's blood, sage, cherry, and some food coloring.
Red dye number
Interesting.
10.
Salamander blood is actually green.
So why color it red then?
Red is a more pleasing color to swallow. Most people see green and they think poison.
I do agree with that. Yes. So oh right. One moment. She kind of reaches into her bag and pulls out the coin that Blacktooth gave her. This is for you.
Oh, friend of Blacktooth.
More or less.
Well, this is good as payment. And she takes the coin and she just throws it into a jar, and you hear an audible clink as you look over, and there's just like a jar full of, like a candy dish full of them.
Question.
Yes, dear.
If we had not had that coin, how much would that have cost? Just idle curiosity.
A case of hag arm and a death curse, along with the regeneration, yeah, you were probably looking at about 8,000 gold.
Okay, we could have afforded that. That's fine.
Without the regeneration, it would have been more around 4.
I don't suppose you're willing to sell any of those potions that you've got.
Oh, dear, I cannot sell any of these potions. I am not licensed to.
Well, I won't tell if you don't.
I am an upstanding member of the city, my dear. I cannot just sell any potions I have. Though, if you're looking to acquire some, I can give you a recipe.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Though I will tell you that you are going to need to harvest the salamander blood yourself. And there is only one place that I know near here that houses salamanders.
And that place would be?
The mountains behind us in the spire. There is a an active volcano in there.
I was a little afraid you were going to say that.
Well, I'm not going to travel across the ocean to get salamander blood when it's in my backyard.
That's a fair point. If you were to give me the recipe, what would that cost?
How about I make you a trade? You acquire me some salamander blood, and I'll give it to you for free. Doesn't have to be now.
That's what worries me a little bit. You see, I don't know how long I'm going to be in this
It's
city.
It is okay. I have salamander blood to spare. Not many people need regeneration right now. It's not that time of year. But when you can, just come to me and I will give you an access permit to the volcano, and you can harvest to your heart's content.
Would you be willing to say we did it this way? You give me the recipe now. I give you some coin as a deposit. And if I'm able to go collect some salamander blood for you, I return with it and you give me the coin back.
How about I give you the recipe. You give me your real name for collateral. Coin is meaningless. You could give me coin and just screw out of the city right in and there, and I will never find you again. But if you want one of my recipes, and you want an IOU, you're gonna have to give me something a little more precious.
Give her mine.
Can I give her like a quick once over to see if she's wearing any white like sashes or blindfolds or ties or anything?
She is not. She has a blue pin on her. She's like a blue lapel on her her coat.
Molly's like kind of nudging her. It's like, give her mine.
She's like, look, I understand names have power, and it would be meant to track you down if you nagged on her deal. Not to control you, not to make you do something you don't want to.
What would stop me from just giving you a fake name?
I would know. And then I would have you killed.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to skip on that deal.
It's understandable. So if you're ever in the area again and you wish to get some blood from me, the recipe is here for you.
Do these permits into the volcano area have a time limit or anything on them? If I acquired one now,
It's
would
a
I
day
have to do it
pass.
immediately?
Yes, it is a day pass.
Well, in that case, I thank you for your services, and we may see each other again, or we may not.
Either way, I hope you enjoy the new arm.
Oh, I already do. Kind of stands up and spins on her heels and walks back to the waiting room.
Mm-hmm. And you walk back, and you find Rose and Ash sitting there, but Tickles is nowhere to be seen.
What happened to the little one?
I wasn't paying attention.
You're muted, Lacey.
I don't know.
Tickles, where did you go?
Around.
Where around?
She was gonna find that store that Blacktooth told her.
Which one was that?
The one for like, actually, I don't remember. I don't remember writing it down. It was
I remember him telling someone about herbs, and the owner was Gibbles McLeod.
I
I don't remember which one of you told.
I think that was you, because you were asking for an apothecary a place to get restocked.
That sounds like something I would ask about.
I was trying to find if I can find more animals that are turned into plushes.
Oh, if you want more animals, you're going to want to go to the Cat's Paw.
Cat's paw. Yeah.
So, Tickles,
Yes.
you have about a 30-minute head start.
Oh, cool.
Actually, you know what? I need perception checks from the two of you because nobody rolled to see that. So, first going to need perception checks.
Okay.
Question. When did Tickles leave? Before or after the arm?
Before the arm.
Yep, as they were going
Okay.
into the back.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Tickles,
Yes.
you find yourself alone,
Alone.
walking along the streets of Kamiroska's market district.
Cool.
Knowing it tickles.
Right.
And as you're looking around, you can see various shops and stalls of all shapes and sizes. But you begin to notice that you're getting a bit of a look to you, or look at you, like you're catching attention.
Ah, shit.
As your camera freezes once again.
Damn it. God damn it. Okay. Just put freaking, just put Tickle's
We may
picture
just
on
have
there.
to put the
Tickles
Tickles
image?
picture up.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on, and I'm
That's
tired
okay.
of leaving.
That's okay.
So.
Technical difficulties. We shall work around.
I am sorry.
That's okay. It's not your fault. Zoom's being a butt.
All right, give me, that's blood on the gray. I don't need that. All right, okay. So, yeah, you're starting to get getting some eyes on you walking along by yourself.
Eyes good or eyes bad?
You can't tell. People are just staring.
Can I stealth away from their eyes?
Not really. You're in the middle of a public square. Though, as you're walking away, your feet catch air.
Ah, fuck.
And then you just begin to turn around. As you walk back towards the thing. Back towards, so you've been cursed. And then you hear a very familiar chirp as you know that a certain griffin has gotten the kitty.
God damn it. God damn it. Why?
Yes.
Oh,
Uh,
God, fuck. Okay.
I love that bird monster.
I hate this griffin.
And as you guys walk out of So You've Been Cursed, you see Sahara there with a very pleased look on her face as Tickles is dejectedly hanging from her beak.
So it's more of like the way she's like she knows she's been caught. So she's right there, crossing her arms, dangling like a freaking, like a child
An
who
upset
didn't get their
2-year-old.
way. Yeah, an upset 2-year, like,
Were you
yeah,
gonna
put me
say-
down.
And she walks over and she just drops her into Molly's arms.
She's just like pet.
Were you two playing?
Raises a gun at Molly. Don't pet me.
She just kind of grins and leans into the gun like, we got more important things to do than your pride.
And Sahara walks over and she just leans her head against Ash again.
I raise my finger. I'm like, you got a good point.
She's always like, okay, your choice. Shoulder, ground, which you want.
Shoulder.
Okay. Plop.
All right. I'm now prideful again. Ha ha! I'm on top of the giants!
Onward, noble steed!
I think you're the steed in this case.
I'm just gonna pat, like, just go with it. Just go. Onward!
So after the rearmification, where is the group setting off to? You really didn't have a master plan when you set out into the city
No, we
today.
didn't.
So I don't think any of us expected to have to travel together.
Well, I told
I'm
Ash.
sorry.
I told Ash the plan was we're gonna come in and we're gonna see if we can find like a lowly priest, get him alone, fuck his shit up, take his teleport crystal, and then get to the tower. So I mean, as far as Rose is concerned, we're just on a shopping spree until we find a out of luck fucking cleric.
Right?
She's like, well, let's try that way, pointing towards the cat's paw.
Let's just go to this pet store I just heard of for no apparent reason.
Exactly.
Right? We'll be
No
fine.
apparent reason.
This is fine.
All right, so as you begin to walk down a stone pathway, my cat knocking over a box,
Damn cat.
Like
begin
you do.
you begin to pass a couple places of residence within the shopping center. You pass in a couple stalls that are like selling various sorts of food and everything, and then you come to a small like roundabout where there is a series of shops, the cat's paw being in the center of them. To the left there is a shop called Sticks and Stones. Onto the right of it is a shop called Herbs. Next to Herbs, you see that there is another shop with Tickles noticing a very familiar looking ring pattern called Full Circle Rings and Forge.
That's the one with the magic ring boxes, right?
The sealed boxes that you got from the ship, yes.
Okay.
So where are we stopping first? I wouldn't mind going into the herb store and stocking up as I do in every town we stop in, but I feel like this, knowing our history, may be the only chance we get to do any real shopping.
I definitely want to go into the pet store.
Same. Molly, go that way.
Why am I going what way? What?
And you
Pet
see,
store.
yeah, you as Tickles points out the pet store.
The pet store first, then.
Suppose we can go.
I don't know. Here I might get jealous, but okay.
All right, you have a fox following you around, don't you?
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
It's just hiding in her shadow, like
No, this
foxes.
isn't a demon fox spirit. This is like a legit dire fox.
Well, we don't know. I mean, it could, have some sort of weird, funky shit with it.
I won't lie. I completely forgot you had that thing.
So did she.
And
I-
as you mention Hira, you feel a jingling or a rattle in your bag.
What? Hira's in your bag?
That's not good.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
And as you open up, you see a small fox-like statue, like a little figurine.
Oh my God, is her fox a wondrous item?
Her fox is a wondrous item.
Yeah, that is so tits.
Wait, is my shark a wondrous item?
Technically, yes.
Technically,
Huh.
yes. Your shark is more an entrapped soul and a stuffy.
Perfect.
Where the wondrous item is a work of magic, you've just magically enslaved a soul of a great white shark into a stuffed shark.
Look, man, it was the perfect opportunity, and I don't regret it one bit.
Nope, the shark does. But so she like takes out this little statue and is like, "Oh, hi, baby."
And as you take it out and you talk to it, the figure jumps out of your hand and just transforms into this beautiful like red dire fox.
Molly, can I keep that?
No, and she like literally just like puts her hands on Tickles' face, like, "Stop talking," and she just like starts ruffling the side of this fox's jowls.
No taki.
Much fluffy. Okay, let's go this way. Go. I just kind of like take her ears and kind of steer.
And as you walk, Hira is just like kind of just like circling around you, finally happy to be out of your bag and once again in the waking world. Sahara keep guiding Ash along with Rose. Zale not really knowing why
I'm
they're
kind of-
getting a menagerie of pets at the moment.
That, and also keeping a little bit of distance, because these animals are a lot larger to me than they were a day ago.
You're experiencing the world from Rose's perspective.
Right?
Technically Tickles.
She's taller than Tickles. Tickles is like 4'7",
Or 6, actually.
4'6", still. She's got a good like 5 inches on you.
Yeah, but still, you're small.
SMOL, small.
Small.
And as you begin to walk towards the cat's paw, you hear, "As I live and breathe."
Uh-oh.
Is that a blacktail? And
She's talking to you, Abby.
and
Oh.
a very brightly dressed Eladrin walks out of the shop. His skin, this soft hue of blue, his hair almost like a translucent like watercolor, almost wavy like the ocean. His clothes a vibrant browns and golds and reds. On his hip he wears what looks to be a rune embellished scimitar. And he walks out and he has his hands together and he walks over to Sahara and he just begins to look like around her and like running his hands like through her feathers and everything. It's like,
May I help you?
this is she yours?
She is.
Do you know what you have here?
I do.
She's a rarity even for her kind. She's only, I would say maybe 10?
Like 10 years old?
Yes, like at 10 years old. She seems a bit young. The way that she moves, the claws aren't fully developed yet.
Wait,
Boy.
didn't we
She's
see
very
Sahara
young.
hatch?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw Sahara hatch. It's not even been a year yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's still a baby. You are mistaken, sir.
As he, like, his eyes go wide for a moment, he stands there, he's like, a baby. Quickly, how old is she?
She's got to be maybe 6-7 months, if that.
Oh my word. She has finally been born.
6-7 months ago, yes.
He's like, no, you don't understand. You have a queen. This,
A queen.
yes.
How do you know?
Well, she's 6 months old, yet she is the size of an adult.
They grow up very fast, I thought.
I'm gonna kind of lead into Ash a little bit, be like, remember what we were told. The egg came from the wildlands.
No, you don't understand. While griffins do tend to grow in size, it takes about, a year or so for them to reach maturity. The queen, on the other hand, reaches it sooner and continues to grow. This wonderful baby that you have here will be the size of an adult dragon in about 200 years.
You hear that? You're gonna get yourself a giant pet.
Like fucking Phoenix status. Anyway.
Now, if only we can age it 200 years.
I'll still be around in 200 years, thank you. So you just see Ash's eyes just kind of wide, like blinking slowly, like, I'm sorry, what?
Yes, you have a caustic blacktail queen. That is very rare. There's only one in existence at a time.
It's how long do they live for?
Thousands of years.
I see. Well, I have raised her since she was born, and to be honest, I had no idea.
Has she talked yet?
She has not.
I can kind of agree with that. She has, but not have.
She's still a little young, but soon she will be speaking her first words.
Will it be in common or her own language?
I
If you speak
imagine she would speak what we've been speaking.
what the Goliath said.
Well, then I better keep a close eye on her, shouldn't I?
Not many have my eye for animals. Most of the people around here probably just see a griffin and shake it off like it's no big thing.
Blondie, we should teach her all the bad words.
But you are a connoisseur of sorts? Or
I'm a beast master.
I see. So do you have many rare animals or just well educated about them?
Yes and yes. I am Jeremiah. This is my shop.
We're in front of the pet store, aren't we?
Yep.
I forgot we made it there. I was just like, what shop are we at?
So where we at, boys?
When he says his name is Jeremiah, Rose pulls out the card that she was given, and she goes, you're Jeremiah. I was told that I should seek you out.
Oh, you looking for a pet?
A companion,
Yes.
not so much a pet.
Because if you're looking for a pet, I have a cat who won't stop biting feet right here.
Siamese displacer kitten.
It's like what I'm looking for is in the cat family. It's a little darker, a little shadier.
Oh, you're looking for a displacer beast?
Yes.
I see. Well, you're in luck. My female has just given birth to a new litter.
Like Rose is trying to hold back the elation in herself.
Would you like to see them?
Yes.
Squeak.
That squill of a yes.
Smooth!
Smooth
Move!
He goes, follow me. As he just turns and walks into his shop.
She turns around and like looks at Ash and she goes, "Oh my god, I get one." She like just composes herself and walks right back.
It's like the rest of you are welcome to come in if you wish.
I'll go in as well. Peruse the other animals in his shop.
Same. I have questions.
How many creatures can I subdue into stuffed animals?
You're
Tickles
literally
is
soul
banned from
stealing.
the store.
You're soul stealing.
All right, so before we get into the interior of the cat's paw, let's go ahead and take our final break for the night. And when we come back, we will meet the Displacer Beast kittens. So give us about 5 minutes, guys. We will be right back.
Oh boy.
And we are back.
I didn't do it.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
Damn it.
Torpid Network, thank you for that raid. Raiders, welcome on in.
Oi.
Sorry that you caught us while we went to break. How was your guys' stream? What were you streaming tonight? We are just waiting for Mags to get back. But since we had all of you wonderful raiders in chats, I wanted to bring everything live for everyone. Oh, there's Mags right there because she said hiya.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So when we left off, Rose, you were being taken into the cat's paw with the spring eladrin. I forgot his name. I'm a good DM, I promise. Jeremiah.
Jebediah. Josiah. Wait, what?
And as you begin to follow him into the cat's paw, you can see that this place has obviously been magicked, as it looks like this small little corner-like store. When you walk in, it looks to be an expansive like emporium.
It's a TARDIS.
It's basically been enchanted to be bigger on the inside. But when
I
you
love it.
walk in, you can see multiple pens and areas for animals to wander around in. And it's not just like they're in these little cages or whatnot. It looks like they're like in a very very hefty size enclosures pertaining to their habitats. As you're walking by, you can see different things from basilisks and these large snakes, couple vultures in an enclosure, alligators, crocodiles. There's even a small enclosure where you can see a freshly hatched baby gold dragon walking about.
Does the gold dragon see us?
It seems to be wandering around, kind of exploring its new home.
I nod at it respectfully.
And kind of looks at you and turns its head for a moment before going back to wandering around the enclosure.
I don't think it's old enough to realize it can be respected.
And Jeremiah is like, oh, that's he just hatched today, so we will be taking care of him for quite a while before he's put on the market.
Ooh, pretty.
But you were here for the Displacer Beast kittens.
Yes.
Well, is he you come to a small, not a small, but an enclosure that it's the inside almost mimics what would be a Displacer Beast den in the Shadow Roads. And off onto the side, you can see the Displacer Beast mother leaning against the side of the wall as her cubs are feeding off of her. All of them this midnight black color.
How long before they no longer need to wean?
Oh, about a month or two.
Damn my luck.
Were you looking to purchase one?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's not a problem at all. I have means of delivering all over the world. Is there something wrong?
I believe she's excited.
Abby, love, would I be able to have this sent to your hometown? Seeing how there's no one at my home at the moment.
Of course. think it'll be okay. We have the room.
Only that, but it would have a little friend to play with.
I think Sable would enjoy that. Play big sister.
So are they all pretty much the same, or?
He's like, for now, they are the same. But once they get older, they will begin to take on their own look. We've cornered the market in breeding certain creatures.
Do any of the kittens kind of stand out?
Give me a perception check. See if you notice anything about them.
Sure, because I want it. I'll fail it for you. Sure.
Nah.
You didn't fail it. So there is one who seems to like hang back for just a moment when feeding begins, and it walks over, and you can see one of its little stubby tendrils kind of reach out, and it begins to wave on the side of one of its siblings' faces, and the sibling gets distracted, and it moves in and pushes it out of the way and begins
That's
to feed.
the one I want.
What a bully!
I mean,
Just
it's
like
Rose. He goes, well, that's one has most of the personality so far, but no one has put a bid on her yet, so if you wish to, you are more than welcome to.
How much would she be?
Oh, no, it's a bid. It's a bid. I don't. I don't deal in set prices. My clientele are from all over the world.
Then what would be your starting requirement?
Whatever you wish to start with. If you want a bid of gold.
And Molly starts digging into her bag, and she takes out 5 of those 1,000 gold gems and puts 5,000 gold down for one of those displacer beasts for Rose.
Damn.
And this would be our starting bid. If we are outbid, will you have means to contact us?
Oh yes, we keep in contact with everyone who puts a bid out. You would receive a message from one of my messenger birds, and you would be able to reply with your increased bid if you so choose.
Thank you.
Are you sure, Molly?
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
I've got like 40,000 more of those.
Yeah, remember that
Rose doesn't know how many she has.
No,
and,
and
his
she's
friends
not
delivered that
worried about
dragon
it.
lord to her.
Jesus.
Nobody's asked her how many she's got, nor how many or what she's got on her.
Yeah,
She
Kerbal
has-
and his friends hooked her up.
Yep.
Good man, Kerbal, right there.
Was that Kerbal? I thought that
No,
was a deck.
No, that was Kerbal. Kerbal delivered the dragon horde to you.
Yep.
New master.
You master.
And then you had other things from the deck.
No,
So-
because there was a card that I drew that gave me 50
you're right, the gems. The
worth
50
1,000
gems.
apiece. That's
Yep.
what that's from.
Yep, that's not even the dragon horde that you were given.
No, that's not the dragon horde.
The dragon horde.
No, that's in my reserve.
Oh my God, this
That's
is
my
awesome.
college fund.
That's my
Molly's
That's
Molly's the
Molly's
trust
the trust
kid.
fund baby. It's just like she's like, yeah. It's like
Why do you think I adopted her?
We're gonna go to like Waikiki for the weekend because I heard this really like swanky like cafe that sells like the best nachos ever.
Nachos.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'd kill for some nachos right now.
All right.
Oh my god, you can ask Fox. My pictures of my in progress nachos. I need to make y'all some nachos.
Yeah, just email it to me. Just stick it in the CD-ROM and mail it. It's fine.
Yeah, my DMs from Mags are like pictures of nachos, pictures of cheese, and pictures of whips. So
Correction. It is a whip braided out of Ethernet cables, saying my safe word is admin.
Safe
I
word,
say
Safe word should be password 1.
My safe word is kumquat.
My safe word is keep going.
And this is what happens when...
Welcome to episode 69.
Nice.
So, now that we're all done being 12.
Never.
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 So 5,000 gold on the one with the most personality. I can do that. As he pulls up a clipboard, he's like, oh, I'm going to need your name.
I don't give out my real name willingly.
Nobody does. I just need a name. The pen will mark you.
Then you can refer to me as Delande.
Well, you're going to need to write it.
She writes it down.
Like, thank you. And he takes the 5 gems and he puts it into one of the chests. Now, I may be a little brash at the moment, but ma'am, would you be selling, or would you be willing to sell that caustic queen outside?
That's a no.
Yeah, no.
No, I thought I'd try. I mean, that is a once in a numerous lifetime find.
Oh. Wait. How long do you live? She literally points at the guy and just like, I know, it's odd question. I'll have answer in a moment. How long do you typically live? Yes, you
How
pretty
long?
boy.
Oh, I have a couple hundred more years in my life.
Okay, and you said that she'll be of breeding age in about, no, that'd be full size. How long before she's of breeding age? I promise I'm not pimping her out. I'm making like
breeding
learning.
age. You're cat's biting my foot. You are looking at maybe 2 or 3 more years before she is ready for that.
Reason I ask, instead of selling her, because clearly she will not want to part with her ever. If she happens to have a clutch, maybe we could work something out.
Wait, are you pimping out my...
I did not say that I was pimping her out. I'm just saying if she
Sounds like you
happened to
are.
have a clutch.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you are.
No, she's not pimping her out. She's just like selling her babies.
Yeah.
You're selling her like eggs.
I would never
Like-
do that to my kids.
No, you just huck them at people.
That's true.
Pack tactics.
I like that you both did that at the same time.
But no, I'm more thinking, at least this way, her offspring are more likely to find good homes. I mean, depending, let's say she has a clutch of 20 babies. Really going to be able to take care of all of them? Will you have the time?
Yes, did you sell
normally-
the animals at my house? Do you
normally
see
the
how many animals
queens-
I take care of?
Normally the queens, when they start breeding, have a clutch of around 5 or 6. When she gets larger, they have clutches around 50 to 100.
Yeah, we have the room for that.
Holy crap. That's a lot of eggs.
All right.
A lot of eggs Benedict.
Oh my god, no. I'm trying to find them homes. You gonna eat them? What the fuck?
Well, as long as they don't hatch yet. Still an egg.
As you're talking about that, the Jeremiah kind of gets like a worried look on his face, like, you're not going to eat them, are you?
No, it was a joke.
Good. The caustic blacktails are endangered at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't even, and she is my partner. I'm not going to eat her children. That's terrible.
Well, there are some sick people out there, miss. I just wanted to make sure that you were not one of them.
Yeah, no.
Good.
I love how
I
no
eat
one looks at
people, not
Tickles.
birds.
So, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Yes, I have a couple
I eat
questions.
them. God damn it, Zale.
What wouldn't Zale eat? I swear Zale's not a gnoll, Zale's a goat.
The body of a goat.
The G in Null doesn't stand for Null.
Yes. Do you happen to have an empty body of water by chance?
I do in the back with the aquarium. Why?
I have more of a question, but it'd be disrespectful, and I don't want to be very rude to one of my companions.
I'm sorry. What does that have to do with water?
It's better that I show you.
Okay, this way.
All right.
He leads you back through like a set of double doors, and you come into a large room that just has a giant tank of water in it, and over it is this like long metal walkway, and you can see the like shadowy outlines of like these large sea creatures swimming about inside of it.
I'm looking for one that's empty and doesn't have creatures that might kill.
I'm sorry, this is the only aquarium I have, and everything in there is designed to kill.
Well, in that case, I better just show you anyway. So, more of a question is, do you have anything that's more like this? And what about the stuffed shark of Steve? And I just kind of toss it in the water.
Why are you throwing it? And like as he's like watching Steve just transform from this like large blue stuffed shark into the giant great white that he is, and he splashes down in the water, and he's like, okay, that's his first. No, I am sorry, I do not have enchanted stuffed animals.
Dang it.
All
right, Steve, come back.
Steve jumps out and in midair just transforms back into the stuffed animal and lands into Tickle's hands.
How was your swim?
It's a stuffed animal now. It doesn't respond.
I thought it purrs.
No, it shakes a little bit, but it doesn't purr.
Okay, then I'm looking for the shake.
It shakes.
Good, a shake in response. That's great.
He's like, no, that's just very curious though, but no, we don't sell children's toys that turn into creatures of murder.
It's not a toy. It's a shark.
No, that is a stuffed animal. That is a toy. That is something my niece would be carrying around and hugging and sleeping with. And now I'm afraid that the stuffed cat that I gave her is going to just transform one night and eat her.
Very well then. So she'll put it back. Like, do you have any animals that, like, I don't know, anything exotic that you might be willing to sell?
You were paying attention to when you walked into the pet store, right? Exotic is all I sell.
Awesome. I'm looking for something that'll help with combat.
Okay, that is a large portion of what I sell. What are you looking for?
Something that's land-based.
Okay, that would be back that way where we were with the kittens.
Perfect.
So he just leads you on back out. Kind of like you guys see Jeremiah walking out with Tickles with a very confused and somewhat disturbed look on his face.
So the normal look that people have after they've spent some time with Tickles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Poor Kamiroska. They're not going to know what happened.
All of a sudden, a stuffed whale is going to crush the city.
Look, man.
And all I could think as it was crashing to the earth is, oh no, not again.
So I want to know, like, can I do like a perception to see if there's something that can catch Tickle's eye, like something that looks like a Tickles, you know what I mean? Kind of like the exact person, like the personality of Tickles.
You can go ahead and give me a perception roll.
I could do that. Cool. Oh,
14. You don't see anything that necessarily screams, I'm a Tickles animal, though you do catch what looks to be this strange looking ocelot.
What's an ocelot?
It's a cat.
It basically looks like a mini jaguar.
Yeah.
You never played Minecraft? Come on.
They're like a slightly larger than a house cat, but all the feral tenacity and the beautiful spot marking of a jaguar.
Have you seen Archer?
Yeah, I had an ocelot. That was a great episode.
As you begin to see this ocelot like roaming through its enclosure, as it brushes up against a log, and you can see that the fur begins to take the texture and the look of the log. And as it moves away, it comes back into its normal sheen of its fur, and as it jumps into like a bush, it is like almost completely invisible as the fur mimics the bushes.
What's that?
That is a cat.
I could see that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you're the one with the stuffed animal of death. I didn't know what else you dealt in. Yes, that is one of our. I was thinking of a name. How do you pronounce that, Fox?
It's a Kamosilion.
There we go. It's called a Kamosilion. We sort of got ocelots that have almost the blending ability of, or the camouflage ability of some lizards. This one is the 3rd generation that we have. If you want something land-based that is meant for attack, this one certainly can help. Though the price for that one is currently sitting at 3,000 gold. Or the bid, I should say.
Is there a buyout option?
No, there is no buyout option. That is not fair for anyone else, for somebody just to come in and say, I have this much and take an animal.
You got a point. I'll do a bid of 4,000.
Do you have it on you?
Yes, I do.
He takes the 4,000, he puts it into the Kamaslion's chest, walks over, and he's like, okay, write your name. As he holds up the pen, he's like, I need guarantee that you're not going to shove this thing into a stuffed animal.
It's
what I saw back in the aquarium was disturbing.
I guarantee that I do not have the power to put that into a stuffed animal.
Okay, and you won't have somebody else put it into a stuffed animal.
I don't know anyone.
Even if you find someone, say.
I don't know anyone who can do that.
I want to guarantee that it's going to stay in its normal form and not be some children's play toy.
I guarantee that it will not be in a stuffed toy.
Okay. As he
damn hippie elves.
As he holds out the pen for you to sign your name on the thing.
I write Smalls.
And you see the name glow for a moment, and he takes it and he puts it back over with the chest. He's like, okay, well, I hope that I wish you the best of luck. As he says that, and he's not even making eye contact with you when he says that. He's looking into the Kamaslion's cage.
He's slowly whispering, like,
So, while all of that was going on, I've been kind of wandering, going from animal to animal, looking at each one of them. And I'm following my eyes and my nose. I'm specifically looking to see if he has any hyena or giant hyena.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll. You have advantage with it since you do have those senses.
I do. 21.
okay.
As you begin to peruse the enclosures, you do come across an enclosure that has a pair of giant hyena cubs.
I will wait patiently there until he is done dealing with Tickles and notices that I'm over there.
And as you're sitting there, as they move, you begin to see like little flakes of fire coming off the ends of their fur.
Kind of, is it like floor to ceiling type cage where I can get down on my knees essentially, and it's just the bars between us. There
It's
isn't
not
like a
bars.
wall or anything.
It's not bars. It's like a form, like a bit of glass.
Mm. Does it have any holes that I'd be able to reach through?
No, it does not.
Okay. In that case, I will just stand there waiting.
He walks over, and you can see he's still kind of shaking off his encounter with Tickles. He's like, I see that you are looking at some of our newer stock.
They certainly caught my eye. Where'd they come from?
The Abyss.
Ooh.
Do you have their parents?
No, these were a special delivery.
Is there a bid on them?
Oh, there are multiple bids on these two. I don't know if these rumors are true, but they seem to be what one called Yinonu's prime stock. I don't know if they are anything related to the Demon Prince or not. For all I know, that the Abyss is not where they came from, and they're just enchanted.
Well, they certainly smell like him. Holy crap, my phone is going crazy.
That was your demon alarm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're from the Abyss.
Demon Dar, Demon Dar.
I'm definitely interested in them. What's the current price?
For which one?
Both of them.
Together as a package? Well,
Of course.
the smaller one there, it currently has a price of 8,000 on its head. The larger,
And the other?
12.
How much time is left on the auction?
There's another 10 days, and there is a very vigorous bidding war so far between 3 different potential buyers.
Can't bid if they're dead.
I kind of mumble under my breath, more to myself than anyone else. But the matriarch must have them. So the current bid for both is 20,000 total.
Yes, that would be correct.
Going to start sifting through my bag and see how much gold I have. Very obviously, Molly, sifting through my bag.
God.
Going to the Bank of Molly.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of gold. I don't have that much gold.
Yeah, but would Zale suspect Molly has like 10K on her?
He knows it.
No, he knows.
Yeah, no, Zale knows it.
Yeah.
Zale was there when she drew the card.
Yeah, I was standing right there.
Oh, so Zale saw the stat.
I saw the whole thing.
Because
Zale's like, "Mom."
Zale, every time Molly has drawn from that deck, has always been surprised because she gets nothing but good things.
Yep. I don't think Zale knows about the Dragon Horde, but she
Nope.
does know
Nope.
about the...
By the way, you never told me how much was in that hoard.
I know you've never bothered to look.
Okay.
You just said that you just stuffed the chests in your bag, and that was it.
Yeah, because she was going to deal with that later. There were more pressing issues.
Count the
After-
coins later.
After sifting through my bag a little bit, I'm going to look up over in Molly's direction. See if she's looking over here.
She is. She's keeping an eye on everybody. Like, even though she's definitely not the adult in the group, she feels like she's the adult in the group. She's the tallest one there now.
That's
She's
fair.
keeping an eye on all her kids.
I'm going to kind of hold a finger up to the guy and one moment.
Oh yes,
I'm going
of
to walk
course.
over to Molly.
Jam up. I'm helping just so, you know. Mhm.
I have a favor to ask.
All right.
The matriarch needs a new guard. And her new guard is in that cage over there.
Just kind of leans to see what it was that Zale was looking at.
And as you lean in, you can see the 2 giant hyena pups, and then one just vanishes in a spurt of flame, and then appears on the other side of the enclosure.
She looks down at Zale, looks back over the cage. How much?
The current bid for both is about 20,000. And apparently they are, no pun intended, hot items at the moment. If you happen to have any spare on you, you will be reimbursed once we get back to the desert. Unfortunately,
and she,
I left the
opens
majority
up
of
her
my
bag
gold
and
there.
she okay, hold out your hands.
I don't think these small hands can hold very much.
You're right. And she takes the front of your blouse and just pulls it forward and starts dropping coins into your, dropping gems into your shirt and counting them out until she gets to 25.
Yeah.
I can't really complain. You're doing me a favor. Thank you.
And
Molly.
she just grins. Let me go deduct that now.
I will walk back over to the Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a bullfrog.
Sorry.
Where do I put my bid?
Oh, you can put them in the chest there, and I will need you to sign your name on there. Evie?
And she goes over to the chest and empties her chest into it. And drops another 4,000 gold on top of that.
Okay, so
So
29.
29 grand. Damn.
29.
Okay. And then he's
So
like,
that's
then
14 and a half for
He-
each.
he picks up the form and he hands it to you, and you can see the series of names that are on there. And one of them catches your eye because it is the name of somebody you're quite familiar with.
Oh. And what is this name?
It's the name of a Grand Cleric. Somebody that you had an encounter with back when you were first here. The one that discovered the prince's body.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
It says, and the
Interesting.
name says Grand Cleric Elune Tormin.
As soon as I see that name, I kind of start to growl a little bit, which is awkward because I'm an elf right now.
Yeah, you think you're growling, but you're just going grrr right now in your elf form, and he's like, "Is everything okay, miss? You you seem to be mimicking the animals."
Just trying to communicate. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I'll go to. I'll pick up the pen, and go to sign my name. Then I'll stop. I'll look back over at Molly. What was my name again?
It was Brain.
Green.
Right. That is something that I knew. And I write it down.
Stop having a brain fart.
And Jeremiah smiles. He's like, "First time with second names, I take it."
It is. It's the first time for a lot of things today.
They can be jarring, but the more time you spend in the city, the more time you get used to it.
I'm sure.
I have a question.
Is
I
it
have an
about
answer.
sharks?
Let's see if they match.
No, not sharks, I promise.
Okay.
Couldn't I have technically stayed with Tickles since that's technically not my real name?
You could have, yes.
Okay.
I mean, technically Molly could have gone with Molly, as it's still a nickname. It's not actually her name, but
But they
she
are
doesn't
the
know
names that a lot of people know you by already. So
I know, but it's not her name.
It's not your true name, though.
Who are my traveling companions? Do I truly know who they are?
I
Hey.
mean, you've been
You
told
may
her name
never
once.
know.
Tickles, if that is your real name.
My name is just Zale, like full stop. There's nothing more to it.
There's no
Yep.
middle name. There's no last name.
And Ash just heard Rose's like actual name.
Yeah, when she was being told about her parents and everything, her name's Camolia.
Excuse you?
I know. Bless
Doing
you.
tight.
So does I'm sorry, Breen sign her name?
Yes, she does, and like
With the pen this
properly
time?
signs it with a pen.
Okay.
It's a little janky and awkward looking, but she does it
It looks like a kindergartner wrote it.
pretty much.
The B's backwards
I mean, she knows how to write, but she's really not used to writing in common
with hands.
with hands.
Is there anything else I can help anyone, any other of you with today?
She.
Well, if you want to talk business on an actual animal, what I want to talk about might be a little unnerving for some.
So, I don't know if it can be more unnerving than what I witnessed in the aquarium. So just go right ahead and spill it.
I am a Fletcher, and I tend to use the dangerous bits of certain animals.
If you're
for my
asking if I have
arrows.
any spare parts, the answer is no. I am not, even if I were, I am not licensed to sell such things. I only deal in animals.
Cool. Awesome.
Abby, did you want anything?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, my turn.
What could you possibly want?
Okay, I don't want an animal though, but this is a pet store. Wait, hang on. And she calls her fox over. And she kind of needs him. It's like, hey, baby, come here. And she just, like, again, ruffles this fox by the jowls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you happen to sell maybe collars or nicety items for said pets?
I don't, but my brother does.
And you literally see her just, like, clap her hands. Like, because I would like an engraved collar for my baby.
Oh, that's just not a problem. You're gonna want all that shimmers. It's on the other side of the market district, but my brother does wondrous works with tags and bracelets and all sorts of beautiful things like that.
You are a scholar and a saint. And
No.
she leans up and she kisses his cheek.
He kind of smiles at the kiss. He's like, "No, I am just a ranger."
She actually makes that noise for a moment, and she's like,
I thought you were a Beastmaster.
Beastmasters are rangers.
mhm.
Oh.
It is an extension of their knowledge.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you get in there, ask for Rockter. He will help you.
Okay.
Yes. Rockter is my brother.
Jeremiah and Rockter. Okay. Perfect.
Now, if there is nothing else, and as he says that, you hear a loud crash.
Wasn't me, and Tickles is right there. Oh,
You got a point. I'm right here.
As you see this large, like scale-like beast roll out through one of the large glass enclosures, and kind of like come to a stop as it unfurls, and it kind of looks like this giant dire armadillo with these large black spines jutting up out of its back.
leprosy!
Its tail it almost has like a large mace ball at the end of it.
Oh, great, it's an Ankylosaurus.
And as it comes down to a stop, it stares down the group and Jeremiah. And you see the Eladrin slowly starting to back up. It's like, this is not good.
Can I shoot it?
Does it need to
No,
be
no.
subdued?
If you wish, yes.
Hoist the axe off her back.
You know what? Do me a favor. Keep its attention. Subdue it if you can. If not, I can have the Mage Knights here in no amount of time. But yes, please distract it if you can while I do that. I don't need it releasing anything else in the shop.
Very
She
well.
smiles, and then the axe lights up a fire.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
You have a fucking druid in the group. Don't hobo murder the Dodicarus.
Tickles don't care. Tickles is like, I shoot.
Shoot first, shoot it again, shoot it a couple more times, and maybe get to the question about a week later.
Wait,
That's the Tickles philosophy.
I wasn't supposed to kill that thing a week ago?
Tickles,
Oh.
you would be surprised how many things you have shot in this game that didn't need to be shot.
That
I
we could
already
have just
know-
talked to.
Tickles,
Tickles just like, I shoot it.
Tickles
I only know one,
problem-solving
but-
is either I pet it or I shoot it.
I only know one. It was that nymph, the genie nymph.
Yeah,
Or the others.
yeah, you shouldn't have shot her.
Yeah, that was just like
Yeah.
nuts. That was a shot. It was a shot at a crit, right? It was like
Yeah, it was a full-on dome shot. So
it was just like
that poor
Tickles was just like, I'm tired of y'all bullshit. Boom! Blew her head clean off.
Well, that's not going to be open casket.
and she just spun the gun around her finger and just blew the smoke out.
Oh, fucking hell. Look, man, she was tired. Like, every time, like, she wants to be friends with things and whatnot, and things just don't go away. And that day, she just said, I'm done with this
Yeah,
shit.
Tickles needs
Apparently.
a fucking shrink, okay? Because she's got some unresolved issues.
She's got her husband as a shrink.
Tickles
She
ju-
can't get any shrinkier. She'll disappear.
Tickles just needs the gun taken away from her.
Yeah.
Not it.
I'll do it.
No. Over her dead body.
Molly will sit on her and hold her down. It's fine.
No, I will shoot you in the ass.
You always shoot people in the ass.
I've got two cheeks. It's fine.
Get to cheeks is fine.
So that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in, everyone who came in on those wonderful raids. Speaking of that, stick with us because we are going to be going on a raid as well once we sign off. But if this is
Sorry,
your first
Rosa.
if this is your first time here, consider hitting that follow button. This is not the only show that we do. We have 4 shows a week currently, with another 1 or 2 in the process of being spun up. On Monday night is Ravenloft Calls, which, as in the title, is our Ravenloft campaign that Impius runs. Tuesday night you have us here on Gibbering Mouthers, which is a homebrew 5th edition D&D campaign where we use the D&D core rulebooks and the books from Cobalt Press.
We're the best one.
On Wednesday night, we have Blood on the Grey, which is our Dragon Age campaign, which right now is pretty much just a game where they're trying to wrangle in a blood mage from causing even more trouble after causing the next blight.
There's more inner party fighting than there is outer party fighting.
Yeah, I think we've seen that with the multiple concussions Estia has gotten from an axe.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I want to point out though that last episode, I wasn't the one that was causing trouble in the party. That wasn't me.
I didn't do it either.
I was just being a nice person, having a good time, and then somebody's backstory came in and killed my date.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
And on Sunday we have Waist High and Waterdeep, which is our Dragon Heist campaign, which is slowly but surely moving away from just being an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia and back on track to what the actual campaign is. But before we go on our raid, Azrin, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
Hello, I am Azran, your friendly neighborhood digital underlord, and you can catch me here on Tuesdays with these wonderful, awesome peoples playing Rosaline Thorn, the sassy, brassy, and always classy Eldritch Archer. And I am going to be probably next week starting up doing some test streaming for later on in the year to bring my channel back up from an extremely long hiatus. I have not been in a situation where I can actually stream comfortably in a while, and I am in my own place. I have FiOS and have a bunch of memory in my computer, and I'm gonna try and stream again and see if I remember how to do that.
Fox, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am HB Fox, and I use my outro to talk about our sponsor. If you have not noticed, somewhere on the screen throughout the episode today, and I think every episode last week, or every show that we had last week, we have the little Roll20 logo. And that is, I do say, that is because we are officially partnered with Roll20. Now, last week I did talk about kind of what Roll20 was as a whole platform. So I figured this week I'd talk a little bit about one of the specific tools that they have that I haven't actually used before up until last night. I took some time to use it last night, and it's actually really fun, and that's their Charactermancer. If you don't know what their Charactermancer is, essentially it's a step-by-step it's not a program, it's a step-by-step guide for creating your character. I think they only have it for D&D right now. I don't think it's available for other game systems.
It's only for D&D. It's one of their internal APIs.
Yeah, but it is really, really handy. It currently only uses the stuff out of the player's handbook, but one of the really neat things about the Charactermancer is for pretty much every option that comes up in it, you have the ability to do custom stuff. And you can put in all custom race, custom class, custom background, and it makes it super, super easy for you to do that. And all the math that you have to do in creating a character does it all for you. And you can get as in-depth with it as you want, or just like straight to the point. So last night I took some time and I made 2 characters with the Charactermancer. I made a, God, what was he? He was a hill dwarf that was a monk. His name was Durather Largemantle, that's right. And I took 10 minutes, created the character top to bottom, using the Charactermancer and letting the dice decide everything. And literally within 10 minutes, I had a playable character, and it was great. And right after I finished doing that, I decided to take some extra time and create another character. And I spent about an hour and a half creating a half-elf sorcerer in the Charactermancer. And it was so easy and so intuitive with the way that they've designed it, made it super easy to add the spells for the sorcerer. When you get to the spells section, it literally has a drop down of every spell that's available to you at that level. It already has the set number of cantrips and leveled spells that you know at that level. So it makes it really easy for new and veteran players alike. So I just wanted to highlight that briefly, because it's not something that I had used before. And I think it's, at least for people like me, it's an underutilized tool. And I highly, highly encourage you to take a look at it if you are new to Roll20 or are just creating a new character for a new campaign.
Spoken like a true D&D expert.
You're muted, bro.
Of course I am, because what would it not be one of our streams without me being muted at least once, right?
Right.
I said, and again, thank you for D&D, Roll20 for being an amazing sponsor. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to play D&D on the internet like we do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mags.
Oh.
Oh, what's up?
Hi.
And I think sometime next month, I'm gonna get access to the bot, and then during one of these games, during one of the breaks, totally stealing Critical Role's way of doing giveaways. But I think next month we'll be doing a giveaway of the pink die that Roll20 has as their logo
Where'd you get that at?
from Roll20.
Oh. Well, I don't have a pink one, but I have a stuffed D20 as well.
Oh,
I was really impressed with the quality of this, because usually when you get like bigger stuffed D20s, they're more of just like a roughly die-shaped blob. But this one, as you can kind of see on the camera, it has all the hard
edges.
edges and everything on it. So I think next month at some point, I'll give one of these away.
that's cool.
Right on. Mags, who are you and what do
Hi.
you do on the internet?
I am Hybrid Magpie. I am a creative caster on Twitch. I do things like emotes, overlays, channel art. And as far as video games, been playing a little bit of Far Cry 5 with my boyfriend, and I still do a ton of ARC with Gunsmoke RP. So that's a majority of what you're gonna find over there. Apologies in advance.
But Maggie Valentine is such a pistol.
Yes, she is.
Rowden, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
Hello, Joker here. I'm just kidding. I am the Master Groudon, Ridecaster, streamer, also Mischief Mayhem causer, everyone's favorite small gun mouse, and sometimes sexually pent up and loves pornographic literature cow.
Smut cow.
Smut
Smut
cow.
Smut cow.
Smut cow!
You'll be seeing more of her after this wonderful arc we're doing.
Oh, dear.
Hopefully. Oh, don't worry. I'm hoping Jalvoth really loves fireballs and chaos. But yeah, recently been doing on that Borderlands 3 kick.
Shh, I don't hear anything about it.
More Borderlands 3. Come play with us.
No, I am
yes.
I'm not gonna soapbox.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
not-
soapbox.
Yeah,
I'm
no
not gonna.
soap- no
I'm not
soapboxing,
gonna. I'm not
it's
gonna
the outro.
soapbox. I'm waiting.
I know. Everyone's waiting. Okay. I'm there for the game, not fucking the client. Thank you very much. I get it. But having fun. Found a I guess you could say a blue item that legit one-shot bosses. It's great. It's amazing. Go Borderlands 3. Smut cow.
Zoro, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am Zoro from E3. I'm a variety caster and creative streamer. And I do everything from story games, RPGs, Dead by Daylight. Recently been playing a lot more Final Fantasy 14. And then when I do creative streams, it's everything from commissions, characters, Twitch emotes, badges, all that stuff. I'm here twice a week with these lovely people on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Trying to either murder hobo, not murder hobo. We don't know what we are. I don't know anymore.
I
We're
just called
hobo
Moves
Mayhem.
and
confused.
dies.
We're hobo confused. Yeah. Sounds about right.
And I am Rojan Quest. You can find me here 3 nights a week, DMing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, as well as playing on Sundays. When I am not here, I am on my own channel every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, playing games and raising money for the Lawrence Small Children's Center through Extra Life. But yeah, that is us, and this is our insanity that we do every week. Thank you for tuning in for that. And like I said, we are going to go on a raid. And we are going to go raid another D&D community here on Twitch. And we're going to go raid the Bear Enthusiast, who is currently doing their own D&D campaign. So if you guys want to join us on that raid, hit that join button up at the top. Give the drop a raid command and behold a raid a couple times in their chat. Let's show them some love. And we will catch you guys tomorrow for the continuation of Blood on the Gray. When not sure exactly what's going to happen.
Neither do I.
We're gonna spend about 4 hours in a tattoo shop, and then it'll be the end of the session.
Dear
And-
God.
And then you'll go look for the lost hero Ferelden and the missing queen.
Yep.
Holy crap. The Hunter Wild just with that raid.
Wow.
Oh.
Right at the end.
Dude.
Right at the
That means we got to
end.
do another
We're
hour.
gonna play another hour.
The Hunter Wild.
Oh.
Guys, we are about to go on our own raid. So if you guys
Oh,
want to join
gosh.
us, we are going to go raid the Bear Enthusiast, who is
Oh,
currently
no.
doing a D&D stream of their own. I got to get the command again because for some reason it timed out. Thank you.
Hunter.
Hi.
But
That's okay. We don't mind doing raids
there we
sloppy
go.
seconds.
So
Come
if you guys would come with us on this epic raid to go show them some love, drop our raid command of Behold a Raid in their chat a couple times, and we will catch you guys tomorrow for the continuation of Blood on the Gray. Again, sorry, Hunter, thank you so much for that raid. I'm sorry, Raiders, that you caught us right at the last moment. Defiant Zombie, thank you for that follow. Thank you for everyone who tuned in tonight. We will catch you guys tomorrow for more Dragon Age shenanigans, and then on Sunday for more Waste Time Waterdeep. But until then, guys, have a good one.
See you next week.